Nerd Confessions.
Incoming transmission. Accessing database. Identification acquired. Welcome back, user. Nerd Confessions will begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to Nerd Confessions, our safe haven where we discuss our thoughts and opinions on everything nerdy, geeky, techie, and whatever. It's been a week since our last confession, but before we jump right into it, we'd like to remind our listeners that you can follow us on various social media platforms, find our previous episodes, and view bonus content on our website, nerdconfessions.net. I'm Ellie, the moderator for this episode, and I'm here joined by Sohail.
What's going on?
William.
Hello.
And Tommy.
Heyo.
Oh, and our special guest today, Pedram.
Hello.
I'm so proud that you didn't say Pedro.
I'm surprised as well. I was waiting for it.
Oh, sorry, because we got introduced as Pedro. So.
As Dupe? Who the hell's Dupe?
No,
maybe I should go by Pedro. All my
it's not like
awesome
we don't
listeners.
get mistaken for Mexicans in normal life anyway. You know, all us Iranians always get mixed up.
I know everyone comes up to me and starts speaking Spanish to me.
It's okay. We're okay with it.
Well, hi everybody. Well, in this episode, we'll be talking about the latest nerd news, which include Harry Potter, Fantastic Beasts, and where to find them. Yeah. And Watchdogs 2.
Hack the planet, baby.
Hack the planet.
Hack the planet.
That's sick.
Hack the planet.
Hack my homework.
For starters, let's see what everyone's been up to today. Let's start with Sohail. What's new with you?
Holy moly, I've been up to a lot of stuff this whole time. Stop playing Ark. Let me tell you something really, truly. There's a lot of stuff I haven't been doing, but I have not been playing Ark. So,
unlike some people.
Fantastic Beasts and where to find them is something that I've been playing. I also played Watchdogs 2. That's the only game I've been playing actually currently. Watched the Grand Tour on Amazon. That was pretty good. And then also was able to watch a critically acclaimed movie that was on my Netflix. It said Paddington Bear. I watched that with my wife. I don't know.
Never heard of that.
It's a weird British movie.
Right?
It was actually pretty good. I thought it was really good. It's a kid's movie, but it was pretty good.
Paddington,
like Paddington Station.
Live action with the CG bear, right?
Yeah, the bear actually looked like the same bear from
Yogi
storybooks.
Yeah, the Stone of the what's the book? The one that came out, Jungle Book. The bear looked like the bear from Jungle Book.
One act like you,
so
like you, shooby dooby dooby dooby. Yeah, Baloo.
Yeah, Baloo. It looked like Baloo.
But yeah, like the original cartoon Baloo.
No, the one from the movie.
Oh, the one from the
he
looked all weird like that?
Yeah. I remember seeing the trailers for it and everything when it first came out. It looked cute. It did look like a family children's movie.
So did Allie like it?
Allie liked it. My wife liked it, and I liked it a lot too. I thought it was pretty interesting. But the whole thing with the movie is it is a children's movie, so don't expect it to be like serious. But it's got a lot of jokes in it that adults only get, so it's kind of like that Simpsons vibe. But Grand Tour was awesome. I watched the first episode of it. It's coming out piece by piece. It's not all out there, so you can't binge watch it really.
I need to do
that. That's a shame.
I need to get on that.
It's really cool. And that's all I've been up to.
Yeah, cool. Tommy, what did you do?
I played Ark, yes, and on a new map, The Center, which is way better, by the way.
Oh, nice.
I watched Fantastic Beasts and where to find them. I still don't know where to find them.
They're in that briefcase, bro.
Hey, shut up. Watchdogs 2, which was actually pretty interesting. I only played for like 20 minutes, but I actually kind of like it. It reminds me of GTA a lot. Keep watching DBZ Super, and I have been watching The Walking Dead so far, keeping up with the masses.
Cool.
That's it for me.
Well, William, what did you do? Enlighten us, William.
Like the rest of the group, I watched Fantastic Beasts, and I played Bioshock 2 Minerva's Den. That's the DLC for Bioshock 2. I never had the chance to play that before, and actually enjoyed it. It was pretty good. Reminded me a lot of System Shock. I saw Hacksaw Ridge, and I thought it was good, but get ready to have God shoved down your
You think
throat.
is Mel Gibson back in the movie realm?
No, but you can tell it's a Mel Gibson movie because you have fucking God shoved down your throat the whole goddamn movie.
Well, he's
Not
a religious.
that
He's a
much.
religious
That is
man.
a Mel Gibson movie.
It's a Mel Gibson
He's a
movie.
religious man. What do you
I
want from
didn't
him?
feel like religion was like thrown down into your throat, like deep in there, because it had to be. I thought it was part of
Ellie,
essential.
You're gonna get some of our listeners over too hot. Relax.
It's sorry. Well, it was based off a story where it was a religious man, so of course there's gonna be those things.
It's supposed to be a religious movie, though, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean
I
he was
wouldn't call it
he was a religious
religious.
guy, and part of the story was that he prayed before they went up there, and they actually took it. So I get it, but just get ready to have a lot of talk about God. That's all I got to say.
Man, whatever.
Yeah, well, I played Watchdogs 2. Really love that game, and I watched the rest of season 2 of Mr. Robot.
Yeah.
I thought
How do you
I
want
can totally follow that show.
I need to finish that.
Alrighty. Well, let's go next to our special guest today, Pedram, or AKA Pedro.
So I also watched Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. Excellent movie. As always, I'm the resident MMO player. Just played some WoW and a little bit of Watch Dogs 2. Interesting game.
Cool. Well,
are you going to buy it?
I probably will not.
that's sad.
We'll see. I may have to play a little bit more.
Black Friday special. Go get it.
There's some Black Friday specials for EA sports games like FIFA and all that stuff, so I'm probably going to be taking a look at that.
How much are there anything like special? Everything's pretty much under $30, I think, recently.
There is.
Well, Titanfall 2, Battlefield 1, all the big, like, not annual necessarily, but the games that come out often are going to be definitely like $30 or less. But I don't know about Watch Dogs 2.
We do. There are also like, I don't know if you're familiar with. These are like old games. Knights of the Republic 1 and Knights of the Republic 2. These are on Steam. I found out that they are on sale for $249.
That's not a bad.
Only
That's like such a good
$249.
deal.
Yeah,
Gotta
that's a
look at
lot
Steam.
of content, a lot of game for very low price.
And you get that BioWare story arc, which is
Yeah.
great. You get that
BioWare
light versus dark.
storytelling.
That's a topic we'll talk about later.
We'll
That's
have later on in this show.
Yeah, absolutely. And WoW for Black Friday is putting their 1 to 100 content, basically vanilla to Warlords of Draenor, 75% off for $4.99. You can get a whole lot of gameplay from Blizzard as well.
That's a pretty good deal. I mean, all these deals that are coming out, it's a great time to be buy gaming stuff.
Don't buy a
Absolutely.
Wii U unless it's in the bargain bin.
Yeah, don't buy a Wii U unless it's a bar.
It's gonna go away.
Supported, right?
Don't get it.
That's
It's
kinda
full price
sad.
still. Don't get it.
Yeah.
Cool. That's about it for you then?
Yep.
Cool. Well, I did the same thing as everyone else.
Lies.
Yes, I
You don't
did
play
nothing.
Ark.
Well, sorry, except for that. It's maybe someday, but not anytime soon. I could hardly play video games nowadays, but I did get a chance to start up Watchdog 2. I watched Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, and I also saw Hacksaw Ridge, which I don't think would be categorized as a religious film.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. Maybe we'll do a special on it.
You know, the scenes, the war scenes are pretty intense. I like those.
Are they like Saving Private Ryan levels, or?
Yeah, I would think it's pretty close to that.
Oh, those are pretty good.
Wouldn't you
Saving
agree,
Private
William?
Ryan was really good.
I was happy with the war scenes. They were good.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I like the crazy Japanese.
The crazy Japanese.
How do you know the Japanese?
Well, oh
Because
my
they're on a
gosh. It is World War II.
I mean, you don't think Chinese people were in World War
They
II?
do, shut
They
up.
were not.
How do
They
you
do
know?
mention,
You weren't there.
it was like the fact after Pearl Harbor. They do put those, they do mention that. It's like after that happened, we all enlisted. They'll say that somewhere in the film. So it's like everyone's hyped up onto joining the army.
Okay.
Yeah,
Is it a
cool?
Mel
Okay.
Gibson movie?
Except Muhammad Ali.
I was gonna say, is it a Mel Gibson movie?
Oh, gosh.
It's
Yes,
religious.
It is.
It's religious.
Yes.
Yes.
Sure, yes.
Jesus.
I believe in the spaghetti monster, flying spaghetti.
Well, that's all I did. Let's get started with the news.
All right, let's do it.
News of the week.
Ding.
First news story. Dumbledore is confirmed for Fantastic Beast 2.
Woohoo!
So didn't they say they're gonna make this movie into 5 parts, 5 movies?
Yes.
Yeah,
That's
and
a
how many
lot of
books are
movies.
there?
1.
Yeah.
So
There's
I
yeah.
think they're gonna expand on the whole villain part. That's what it is.
Well, there's a lot of. Well, I guess we'll talk about it later. So I'm excited that he's confirmed.
I think it was more or less they talked about him in the beginning.
They did talk about him.
Yeah, so they talked about him in the beginning.
They mentioned
said,
him.
Yeah, Dumbledore is the
Albus Dumbledore.
professor over there. So I think that he'll be in it, and I think this book is a 5-parter movie.
Do you think he's gonna look really old or really young?
He'll probably be the same
Or
as what he
middle-aged?
looked like, younger than what he looked like when he found Voldemort in the movies.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, obviously.
Well, obviously because the movie
There's
is
a question.
Mr. Prequel, but how young are we talking? Like he looks like he's in his 20s.
He'll
Well,
look
the
like
thing
he's
is,
Remember,
100
he's like
instead of
150
200.
something, so he'll be like 100. So he's
Well,
still
he's-
old.
Well, how old was he when he died?
150 or something.
150. Yeah.
What the fuck?
So let's say 90. No, sorry.
It was
he's gonna be
1980
like-
it was 1980 when Harry Potter was in school.
No. It was 1991.
Yeah,
When he went to Hogwarts.
So 1991. So there you go.
He died at
I thought it
150.
was 1989 or something. But yeah,
Movie is in 1926. Do the math. Someone smart. Do the math.
it's like.
I'm
70
glad that you
years.
looked at me when you
It's
said
70 years. So 70
that. I
years.
feel
he's
enlightened.
80 years old.
There you go. Wow, math is hard.
Yeah, fuck that.
You work in the bank. What the hell is this?
Hey, now you know where your money's going.
I work on the side that
Ching.
doesn't deal with money.
Well, we'll
that's
be
funny.
talking more about this movie in just a bit. So
There is no side that doesn't deal with money.
Hey, Tommy.
I'm back from outer space.
John Wick VR is in development for the Vive
Oh, that's gonna be awesome.
by the same team that did Payday 2.
I'm really excited for this.
That would be cool as
Ooh, that's
shit.
gonna be awesome.
John Wick and VR. Oh man.
John Wick already is pretty cool. I don't know if you can get any cooler with I'll see.
I love that his face is the same expressions as it is from The Matrix, but yet it's way more badass.
I wonder if you're going to experience the dog dying scene in first
No,
person.
I don't want to see that. I'll
It'd
cry.
be so sad.
That'd be
So much
bad.
dog dying in first person. Like, imagine if you can rub the belly and like caress it.
Oh yeah,
Oh
you
my
like
God.
you raise the dog yourself,
Yeah.
like you're
what if you
feeding
could,
it, you
what if
pet
you could
it,
smell it?
they, like
And
have a
then-
little simulator, and then they kill it, and then
Oh, that's
you're
so
back.
sad. All that work
so
for
sad.
It's like Nintendogs, but negative.
He does
And
gonna be
you have
coming
even
right
more
after us.
sympathy because you're in
Raise
VR.
it, feed it
Oh
kibble.
my god, so bad. Can you stop with the ARC talk?
What?
Go
Kibble,
jump-
dogs eat kibble.
No, that's Arc Talk.
That's ARC
Dogs
talk.
eat kibble.
Caveman.
Okay.
Apparently, no one's owned a dog before.
So we have a few trailers, or actually we have one teaser trailer and 2 trailers that have been released. So the teaser trailer is Valerian and the City of Thousand Planets. So there's a teaser trailer.
That was pretty cool. Yeah, I saw that one.
Yeah, I found that out to be. It's based on a graphic novel, I believe.
Yeah, I think it's based off a comic.
Is this
and
the
it's
one where
pretty
they go?
intense.
It's just all sorts of crazy.
It's like a bunch of planets and a small little, basically a universe in the size of a planet, pretty much. So imagine.
Oh,
like
I
Earth,
know which
but there's
one
a
it
whole
is.
bunch of little planets.
Oh
and
yeah,
Earth.
yeah. I remember this.
Yeah.
Are you guys ready for the trailers?
No.
Yeah, I already.
Like
what are the
for the
trailers?
trailers that have been released?
What do you mean by am I ready?
I
you
don't
saying?
know. It's like, are you ready to hear them? I'm excited for one of them, or 2 of them actually.
What are
Didn't
they?
they-
I know William's more excited about one than the other.
I don't know. He looks more confused right
Are we
now.
talking about? Oh no! She's asking. Are you guys ready to hear what trailers came out? So what
I'm
are the
ready.
trailers?
Oh yeah, let's go.
I'm really
let's go.
excited about one. Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
Beauty and the Beast is one.
Woo!
Ghost
That's a-
in Shell.
Oh wait, yeah, Ghost in Shell.
Ghost in
Yes,
Shell
like
trailer
Ghost in Shell.
much better than the teaser.
Yeah, the Ghost in Shell trailer was nice.
By the way, did you know that the Beauty and the Beast trailer actually follows the cartoon's exact scene?
Yes,
Trailer?
Yes,
Someone
it
put
does.
that together, didn't
Yeah.
they? There's like a
it was
YouTube
purposely done.
That is purposely
video.
done.
But
You got
Depeche
some more
Mode
to-
is in the other trailer.
It's like no one cares. William.
Are you
It's kidding.
excited about
I love
seeing
Depeche
more
Mode.
Emma Stone?
Well, it's not
That's
really
what I'm
Depeche
upset.
Mode. It's
She's
Depeche
gotten older.
Mode's song.
I
Someone
wanna
did
see
a
it.
cover.
I cover, but I still love the Depeche
I feel
Mode.
like we're in 2 different podcasts.
I feel we are in 2 different podcasts.
You guys
Trying
are
to follow
dicks.
2
So
different
Ghost in the
conversations.
Shell looked really good. Ghost in the Shell actually looks cool. Only thing I hate about Ghost in the Shell is seeing Scarlett Johansson jumping off a building naked
You hated that part?
How did you
bodysuit.
hate that?
because it doesn't look normal on her, and it should be an Asian lady.
I'm sorry, what?
She looks
was-
like a white girl.
She
Only
does.
anime.
Wait,
But
hold
it
on.
should be
Hold
more
on. So you
of
say
a-
only Asian people can jump off?
It should be Lucy Liu. I'm done with this.
Isn't Lucy Liu kind
Lucy
of?
Liu
That
doesn't
would
look as good.
Hey, that would be pretty good.
Yes, Lucy Liu's pretty
Lucy
hot.
Liu's
Yeah,
good.
why wouldn't
She's
she
pretty
be
old.
though?
Scarlett
Yeah,
Johansson
she
is a lot
old.
hotter than Lucy Liu.
She is very
Scarlett
much
Johansson's
artist,
also much whiter and is already a superhero. Enough with.
They could
Scarlett
find a
Johansson.
better.
Why is
Asian
Scarlett
person to
Johansson
listen
in
to.
so many movies? She's not even good.
Yeah.
Right,
You know
moving
what the
on.
interesting
She's
thing
milking
is?
that money, baby.
No. I found the interesting thing is that she's getting all these solo movies that she's like the main protagonist in an action movie, but she's still not getting a Black Widow solo movie.
Probably
will. I think she will.
Probably because she doesn't have good acting chops to handle her own movie.
That's rude.
I am really rude and I don't care. Another trailer, another trailer that came out that's really exciting and cool is also Cars. Cars got their new trailer. Teaser trailer
for
came
3.
out. Cars 3, and that looks dark as heck.
Really?
Yes.
I haven't seen anything.
So if
for
you
it.
want me to go over the teaser trailer, it's a bunch of cars. Have you ever watched NASCAR? All those cars go in a row.
And they die.
You see
Somebody steal the
wait a
oil.
second.
You said dark.
You see that Lightning McQueen is leading the race, and then you see this really cool car, like a futuristic NASCAR looking car, in the middle of the pack pushing forward. Then in the next scene, you see Lightning McQueen rolling over and exploding pretty much.
Whoa.
Like pretty much all his parts are everywhere.
So he dies.
Whoa.
We don't know, and it just cuts off.
I hope he dies.
Oh my god, he's so rude.
No.
Wanted to
The-
die. Fucking tired
I
of
lost
that guy.
interest after the
Tired of those
second
cars.
one.
The second one,
Hey, that scared the shit out of me. I thought somebody.
I'm so sorry.
I thought somebody came in here. I was like, I almost pushed you to like defend myself. Just
Okay,
in the way.
start from where you said, the second one.
I don't know what the fuck is going on.
Pedram was saying.
I basically had no interest after the second one. I didn't really enjoy it.
Nobody liked the second one.
No.
I mean, honestly, like everyone I've ever talked to
I
said
didn't
the
like the
second
first
one
one
was
either.
way too much of a joke.
Yeah, good.
I know that Tommy would probably like the second one more than the first one, knowing
I
his
didn't like
com-
either of them. Talking cars, get the fuck out of here.
Wow.
What's next?
Why?
What's next? Talking
Did you
fucking
not-
forks.
Wait, so hold up. Did you not have a childhood or something?
I had a childhood.
Did someone stick a finger where it should not have belonged?
First of all, listen.
Did your
The
uncle
only-
give you a
listen.
PlayStation 1 and said, keep your mouth shut? Which happened?
Oh.
It's a joke.
I thought
never
the
heard
first
of it.
one
It
was
was in
good.
I was actually thinking about it.
I enjoyed the first
one was
The
really
Sega
good.
Genesis.
I hated the second one.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone liked this. The first
Listen, remember that one?
Second one,
The
sorry.
toasters that come alive and shit.
Yeah.
A Brave Little
Brave
Okay,
Little Toaster.
that is a good movie. Not Cars.
What about
Fucking-
the
Wait.
many sequels it had?
The sequels are really bad.
No one's
You never
talking
heard of
about
those, did
sequels
you?
here.
Brave Little Toaster is actually made by the guy that.
We're talking about a sequel right now. Cars 3.
Yeah, but see, they should have stopped at the first one.
Do you remember when
The first day.
Listen, Brave Little Toaster was made by the guy that was the creative director of Pixar, right?
John Lasseter?
John Lasseter actually
Yeah.
made that movie, so
I
that's
played a role in it.
a bigger role than I thought he was in it. But anyway, keep it on.
Well, talking about movies, Star Wars Episode 9 will be shot on 65mm film.
65.
65.
Is that a thing, Ellie?
I don't know.
What the hell does that even mean?
Wasn't episode
Please.
7 shot in 35mm film? I think it was.
The higher the number, the more.
It's
more.
all going to be IMAX?
It's IMAX, right? So this is you're talking about Episode 9, which is not the one that's coming out on
No,
December, which is
the
Rogue
one-
9.
The one they're
Rogue
gonna-
Rogue One.
Sorry, Rogue
Rogue
9.
9.
Rogue 1.
Rogue 9.
I'm sorry, I got my numbers crossed. Yeah, so Rogue One. It's not Rogue One, so it's the next episode, which is with Rey, probably, and somewhere in there.
And this one is going to be.
Well, you're still
So
mixing up. It's
clear
not going to be episode 8.
that
which
you
is
can see their
coming out
pimples?
next year.
Oh, was Rey still going to be in it? In episode 9?
You don't know. You're making way too many assumptions.
I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it. I think she'll be Luke Skywalker 3. Let's see what happens.
Is she going to light on fire and turn into a robot?
Okay, enough with you.
The NES Mini actually has more powerful hardware than the original Wii. Ooh.
That's good.
This
What does that mean?
This means
What does that mean?
at the same price point, a device such as an N64 Mini could be released.
Dude, I would
That's a pretty
love
cool
a
idea.
Nintendo 64 Mini. Oh, shit.
I don't see the reason to make it more powerful if it's just running 8-bit games.
I think it's just that hardware is that cheap now.
Oh yeah, it is cheaper.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess that's probably the reason.
And I don't know why it called for mocking me just because it called it the hardware was more powerful than the original Wii.
The Wii, the cool if it is better than the Wii, that means that it's going to be able to hold a bunch of games probably.
It's just really interesting that kind of hardware is cheaper to put in a little box like that to play NES games.
Well, when we got the Raspberry Pi, everyone's freaking out. Now the Raspberry Pi is pretty jokey.
Yeah.
The original Raspberry Pi. Anyway.
USB killer. A stick that redirects power from a USB port back into the port instantly kills Xbox One S, but only kills the front ports on the PS4 Pro.
Is there
What?
a reason why it does that?
Well, there's this guy. I actually saw this. This guy has a YouTube channel, and he has this USB killer, and he just randomly pops it in things to see if they have like a measure that prevents the whole motherboard from dying just by sticking this thing in there.
Mm-hmm.
And the
Well, what the hell is it? Is it like a USB drive?
It's just a
takes-
USB stick that takes the power that comes out of the USB back into the motherboard, so it fries the motherboard.
How the fuck does it do that though?
He made this USB that takes the power that comes out, the 2.0 amp power, and
so you
puts
just,
it back
you just
in, or 1.0
plug it into
amp.
a USB port, pop, the thing dies, unless they have a measure to protect it.
So imagine if you had like a mouse, and the mouse. Wait, before you talk. So when you had the mouse and you put the mouse in and it has power, like a powered mouse.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine if that mouse sent power back into the computer, it would ruin it.
So it'd have to have like what? Like
So there's a measure. The measure would be there to say, okay, I'll kill the USB line instead of kill the motherboard. That's where the motherboard is where the USB is connected, right?
Well, why bother?
He's testing things. People do this
Basically,
all the time.
People love
Okay.
seeing if this kind of stuff works.
Well, yeah, basically now we know that the Xbox One doesn't have this measure because PS4 Pro does, because the only thing that dies in PS4 Pro is the front
But
port.
PS4 Pro does have a port in the back, USB port, and it fried the whole motherboard when you put it back there. It's only the front two ports.
Honestly, you could just take a knife, shove it into the USB port. You'll fry everything. All right, next.
Cool.
It has more implications than that, but it's more to see a test to see who's smart and who thinks ahead than the other. A knife can kill anything.
You know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking there's a waste of $400.
Technically, it is.
WhatsApp finally launches video calling. Finally.
Finally,
It's like I don't understand. WhatsApp is still a thing.
What
It
the
is
hell is
still a thing.
WhatsApp?
Didn't they get bought out?
What's WhatsApp?
It's an app
they got
that
bought
lets
out from
you
Google
talk to
by Google.
people.
But I thought that iMessenger was gotten so much better than it once was.
What happened to text messaging? Don't we still have that?
The thing is though, WhatsApp and other apps like WhatsApp, Viber,
I know Viber. My mom uses that to
And
call people.
Telegram.
Telegram.
Yeah. These all are like three-way encrypted. So basically means that no one can, get into your messages and decrypt them. These are like the highest level of encryption you can get. So your messages are super safe. I don't think
isn't that what
iMessage
Kik
has
is?
that.
Yeah, I think Kik is pretty.
Everybody should just shut up and start using Kakao Talk. That's all I'm gonna say.
No, stop talking about Kakao Talk. It's
How about everybody just put the goddamn phones down and go outside and talk to people
All right.
face to face?
How dare
You
you
do
suggest
that?
something like that?
You're so aggressive, Tommy.
I'm sorry.
Airbnb is now available for horses. An app called Giddy Up will find short-term housing for horses.
Yeah, I heard about this actually. It's pretty crazy that horses will need an Airbnb type style thing, so you can store a horse in your backyard, my backyard, charge $20 to $1,000.
Finally, there's an app that lets me basically park or find a house for my horse that
Man,
And
I've always had this horse problem.
I've always had a horse
Goddamn.
problem. He's just been following me everywhere. It's so annoying.
I hope my mother-in-law's not listening because I found a house for her.
Well, hopefully you can afford it because one night will cost up $200 up to $5,000.
Damn, that's a high maintenance house. Horse.
Both Hyman's house and horse.
Hey, she gets the best. $1,000 is all I can afford.
Hey,
Anyway, moving
how
on.
many people you think are gonna take advantage? Say, yeah, I got a horse, and then live in it themselves.
Yeah, who's gonna pay $1,000 to live in a room for one night when Airbnb is
Hey,
like
there's some
$20?
retarded people, and it's by the way, it's from 200.
You know what's
to
gonna be really
5,000.
weird? What is it? How about the weird person like that lives like, let's say your neighbor that doesn't have a place for a horse, and then someone comes by with a horse and like, yeah, I got a horse stable. They show up and like, yeah, I don't got shit, just put it in the backyard. And there's a horse in the backyard for like $20. You know, what the freak is this thing?
Just wake up every day eating cereal, just kind of staring at it.
You're out there,
Want some?
you're out there, and you're like, you got no horse food, so you're taking out Cheerios in your hand. You're like, eat some of this. This is wheat, right? You can eat this, right?
Guy comes back, you're on the horseback riding, fucking without a saddle. Like, yeah, man, it's just like another day. Anyway, continue.
Oh, God damn it! So close to the ding. I'm sorry.
Hey guys, save your sperm from radiation.
Oh, not my sperm.
My sperms.
Well, there's these things called Spartan briefs. They have been made to deflect phone radiation as part of a trend of clothing that deflects radio waves and radiation.
I actually saw the YouTube channel Linus Tech Tips. They have a series of videos that debunk Kickstarters that are terrible. They did one on this hat that's supposed to keep radiation out of your brain. And the hat basically, the one with the brim, deflects it back into your face. So it's actually worse for you.
I got a question.
Is that hat a baseball cap?
Yeah, it's like a baseball cap.
I got a question. So if these shorts supposedly protect you from radiation, in the event of a radioactive situation, would one take a bunch of these and just wrap it around their body?
No.
Yeah, I don't think
Here's
that makes
why.
sense.
Because there's different levels of radiation.
We're talking about different types
We're
of
talking
radiation.
about radio waves for cell phones.
Radio waves are super slow. Gamma
you're
rays,
talking. Oh, okay, yeah.
Gamma rays, what you're talking about, like
I'm thinking like
other
nuclear
things.
radiation. Like this, some
Yeah,
good ass
that's gamma
shorts.
rays.
If you're talking about gamma rays, like nuclear stuff, that stuff's going to go through everything except for like really, really dense materials like lead and other things that are very dense.
What if your sperm is already radioactive?
Okay.
Anyway,
Well, the thing is, at this point, because it says a brief, so you want either the heat to kill your sperms or
yourself.
radio waves.
I'm looking for those underwears that neutralize your farts. They still sell those?
Oh my gosh.
I heard about those where
You
you
fart smells like air
No.
conditioning.
That-
What,
I-
air
It
fresheners?
detects the fart
No,
and
no.
then
You
sprays
fart-
something in there.
No, listen. This is what it does.
Smells good. Oh, do it again.
You have like a special, it's like a special lining on the side of where your farts are, and you fart it. And what happens is it goes through fine, basically like a fine mesh filter, and it comes out smelling of nothing but air.
Or those materials that actually capture the smell and it doesn't go anywhere and stays there.
Yeah, like Febreze, like a Febreze fart panel. That'd be pretty cool.
I suppose.
Ellie, what would you think if your man farted and it smelled like flowers?
Then I know he farted because why would it smell like flowers?
Would you attach one of those car trees to his back belt loop?
Probably.
That is excellent idea.
Right? I should patent that.
Don't trust everything you see on social network. On the social network.
The movie?
Yeah.
I believe everything I saw in that movie.
I never trusted that guy.
Well, Mark Zuckerberg,
horrible-
Oh my
Lex
God,
Luthor.
here it comes.
he claims
Well,
Mark
Mark
Zuckerberg.
he claims that 99% of the content on Facebook is authentic.
Bullshit.
He's a liar and a
Total
cheater.
BS. Because,
I see crazy crap all the time. What do you see on there, Ellie?
well, like during the elections, there was a whole spread of wildfire. Wildflower.
Just think about them
False news spread like wildflowers.
Yeah, wildflowers. Wildflowers grow really fast, so yes, it spreaded like wildflowers.
Out of someone's ass. With that whole new underwear, all of that wildflower coming out of your ass.
Yeah. Well,
Basically, every time I go on Facebook nowadays, I'm seeing like the most clickbaity news articles, and it's always like Trump this, Trump that.
Trump says that he changes his mind about repealing and replacing Obamacare, and then you watch the video, and then Trump says, "I'm going to repeal and replace
I'm going to
Obamacare."
repealing.
It's like he said that he didn't change anything. What the fuck is your guys' problems?
Yeah.
It's like watching Fox News now. That's pretty much what
No,
it is.
it's basically one of those sites where it's like 95% ads, and the next button is basically right next to a little ad, and you want to see the next thing, and when you click it, you click the ad, and it launches like 80 ad sites. That's what I see Facebook turning into.
I think what first Facebook's turning into is allowing sites like Onion or The Onion.
That legitimacy.
Yeah. So
Is there a site called Green Pepper?
Okay, he's done.
he's done.
yeah. Your next phone might fold like a taco. Woo.
So what does it mean that you can fold it like plastic?
Yeah, I don't know. Well, Samsung filed a patent for a new device, which is rumored to be the Galaxy X. So the Galaxy X might fold like a taco?
And then probably
this all-
explode.
It'll be like
Hopefully-
a Nintendo 3DS.
And then it'll probably explode.
Well, hopefully this folding method will contain the explosion within the phone itself, and
From the
Save
picture,
some lives.
From the picture, it looked like. Have you guys seen the?
Are they bringing the flip phone back? Is
The
what you're trying to
Surface
say?
Book. Have you seen that?
yes.
You know how it kind of not just has it's not like a regular clamshell. It has like all the kinds of things that fold. it has
Yeah, it
like,
looks like a. It looks like a.
I don't know how to
arm.
like kind of like a slinky arm.
Accordion?
So-
I would say it looks like kind of one of those accordions, like an accordion
It
arm.
looks like kind of like an accordion fold. It looked like that.
Isn't it kind of like the whole thing doesn't touch together? It's like kind of like just the edge. Is that correct or
like a
no?
clamshell.
Like exactly like that, and not like this.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like kind of like an accordion, but I wonder if it's detachable.
So the phone is one part, and then there's like a keyboard and
'Cause
another part.
I don't know. I'm just wondering.
It could it be
Because
a
it
good-
is with the Surface Book.
How many folds can it do though? Because I can't fold paper more than 7 times. So if it only can do it one time,
But why would you
I don't
want to
understand what you're
fold
saying.
your phone?
because you can make it into a C4 and stick in places.
Well,
Yeah,
we already
because
know
it's
they're making
Samsung.
bombs.
Yes,
yeah.
because it's Samsung. Yes.
Just put in like, oh, sorry, Tommy, did that make something come out for you?
That was weird.
Okay.
The hoodie from Mr. Robot's Elliot is actually from actor Rami Malek's own personal wardrobe.
That's pretty cool.
It's such a nice looking hoodie on him. No wonder it's from his personal wardrobe.
I wonder if it just makes him feel comfortable.
He probably doesn't even feel like he's going to work. He just like wakes
Or
up,
maybe
puts it
he-
on, and goes,
maybe that's
"All
why
right."
it's
Honestly, maybe he just showed up on the first day of
That's
acting.
probably
like
what
that,
it
and they're
is.
like, yeah, you look good in that. Let's
He
just
probably
stay like
auditioned
this.
in it, and they're like, "Oh, you know what? I like this look."
Maybe not audition, but
You
showed
never
up.
know.
My guess was he probably fell asleep and he was like, "Oh shit, I'm late for shoot," and he just like ran in his hoodie and was like, "Oh, you know what? You're late. Just roll."
That could be true.
And
And then they probably gave him the role, and he's like, "Are you guys seeing this too?"
That's it. Let's
Okay.
go.
Doctor Strange opened at 43 million. Cool. It beat Trolls, which had an opening of 35.1 million, and
I can't believe
saw
that's so high.
Hacksaw Ridge at 10.8 million.
Those trolls.
Did you not see how much money Trolls had in
I
advertising?
just- oh.
Holy crap.
How does Trolls do that?
Why?
No,
Why
it's
is Trolls even that big?
It's its advertising budget. The advertising
It's
budget
a
is
kids
huge.
movie, yo. Come
I
on.
suppose.
Yeah, plus I don't know
It's a
where,
fact.
when were Trolls big with this generation though. Trolls were
Not
big
like-
with my parents' generation, I think.
All I
They
wanna
were
know-
dying in
Yeah.
ours.
Well, in my generation, the 90s, it was actually
And
feared.
in our generation, all of us.
It was.
Well, I don't know if I don't know. As a
Other than
kid, I
Will?
remember if you had one of those trolls, like it could be a sign of bad luck. Like you can't mess with that troll or it'll mess with your life.
You know what I used to do with those
Damn
trolls?
trolls.
This is what I used to do with those trolls. I used to take their hair and I would dip it in water and then I would roll it up, right? And then I would stick it in people's noses. I don't know why, but it amused the shit out of me when I
That's
was a
really
kid.
weird.
That is weird.
Yeah, just roll it up like a spike and then just stick
The
it in
only
people's
this is super weird, but the only experience I had with trolls, like wherever we had them, was
on the
like,
internet.
They were, yes, like that's how I met you, right?
Yeah, so like I mean, Trolls, from what I remember these troll dolls when I was a kid with the hair that goes straight up and all that stuff. I remember that crap.
Comb it.
And there were like belly buttons that were outies. It was really weird.
That's really weird.
Yeah, and I personally enjoy the trolls that I saw in Skyrim more than these trolls. So
I'm surprised that Troll did that well, but Kubo did not. It's
Stupid.
just advertisements, all in the advertising.
it's all in the advertising, and I think Trolls was advertised at McDonald's. Trolls was advertised at Pinkberry. Trolls was advertised on cereal boxes.
Is Pinkberry still around?
Yes.
Not Pinkberry, Yogurtland.
Oh, okay.
sorry, Yogurtland.
Not just that, but you got to remember, Trolls was actually a thing. You know, Kubo was never a thing that people grew up with their childhood.
But that's the thing, though. It means
was a-
originals are dead.
like
pretty much.
we even like we know what Trolls are without even.
What
seeing the
we're
movie.
talking about Kubo could have been like an.
I could have said Kubo. I wouldn't know what the hell Kubo is, but you said Trolls. I immediately know. Oh,
Yeah.
those fucking weird.
Yeah, your family
You know,
members.
what?
Oh man, that's messed up.
Oh.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Oh,
So you're looking at
Oh my
Kubo.
god. Well, yeah.
Kubo's original content, and he has a point here because original content is going the way of like kind of like the dinosaur, because you're seeing things like renditions of the original. So how many Fast and Furiouses do we have?
I
7.
don't know, but bring him on, baby. Can't get fast
8
enough.
is coming up.
So why aren't they making another movie that is similar to
Need for Speed.
Oh my god.
similar, but they don't, because they
Where
know
is
that
Need
money-
for Speed sequel? I need that shit.
It
Where-
didn't do well, so it's not going to be
What?
another one.
Are you serious? It was
yeah,
so
I'm
good
serious. It
though.
didn't do well. Well, your opinion is not the factor for them to
I mean,
make
it
more
wasn't
movies.
bad.
Like Pacific Rim didn't do what they wanted, but they're making another because their fan base really wants it. So
Need for
China.
Speed is a massive fan base.
China.
That's why, yeah, World of Warcraft is going to do another one because they're overseas.
The World of Warcraft. Made
Oh,
a
sorry,
lot
Warcraft movie. Yeah, because it did well overseas. It didn't do
Yeah.
well
China
here.
did great.
Yeah.
Well, Kubo's on DVD now. Go buy it.
Absolutely, yeah. Support
I already
original.
did.
Please support original movies. That's what we need more of.
And while you're at it, support original podcasts.
A little self-promotion there.
Fling it
It's
again.
not overrated.
You fedora wearing scrub
What
dogs.
about Bassett again?
Apple has released an Apple Book that costs $300. It has 450 photos of Apple products.
So
Just what I need in my
much
life.
trendy shit.
That's a lot of Apple.
Just what I need in my
So
life.
what I'm looking at when I saw this picture of this item, it's a book with pictures of Apple products, and I'm paying $300. You have lost, Apple. You
It's
have
a very
lost.
stylish book.
Wait, let's
It's got
back up
no
here.
words
Wait,
in it.
wait,
No
wait,
words
wait,
in it.
wait. Well, let's back up here. They got 450 products
450
I thought they
pictures.
just had, like-
450 pictures.
It's 450 pictures of like how the products
of
are made,
Apple products.
how they changed.
Oh
over
wait,
time.
it's not 450 products. It's
Yeah.
just
yeah.
Are those
450
photos
pictures of,
deletable?
like-
So there could be like 80 pictures of an iPhone.
That's what I'm wondering.
So it could be like 7 iPhones, right? So 7 different iPhones, but it could be like iPhone 1 can have
So
10
let me get
pictures.
this straight. It's a book that costs almost like an Xbox One,
But-
just to show me photos of some shit I
But-
probably already
But
own.
you're also looking at high. I know why it costs so much. It's supposed to be like a special thing for
It's like a
people
collector's item.
that are into
what do you think,
photography.
the Disneyland now?
What they're into photography, people that really like high quality pictures. That's what it's going to be for. But at the same time, you've lost
This is
with
why,
your
yeah.
base.
This
This is why I'm no longer buying Apple products
This is
besides
called
the phone.
desperation.
I'm making a Hackintosh because I like some of the software that they do, but I'm getting really annoyed with the hardware. The hardware is going towards the realm of, oh, we don't even care about the quality of the hardware that's in there. We care more about the fashion statement.
Yeah, so
So that's all this book is, oh, look at this fashion statement we've evolved into over time.
they're losing touch with their base, and I think Microsoft has been calling Apple out a lot lately.
Yeah, Microsoft is doing a lot of good stuff. I really like the idea of their Surface Book, how it has a keyboard base, and it's like a tablet, and the keyboard base actually adds more power and battery life to the tablet part.
Yeah, it has a battery bank in it, which is cool.
Yeah.
But I saw that
It actually has a video card in there too.
Oh yeah, it boosts the video production, whatever it is. Yeah.
But the thing is though, if you want high video production, if you want higher graphics, if you want all of that, why not just get a regular laptop? Why go for?
Well, here's the
Surface Pro?
thing: Apple kind of made the Thunderbolt cable, right? Thunderbolt 3.0.
Yeah.
And there's third parties like Razer that has made an adapter PCIe Express for video cards to Thunderbolt 3.0 that can go to their laptop, and basically you can buy a desktop graphics card, put it in this thing, and then make your laptop as good as a desktop PC as far as gaming and all this. And Apple's not doing anything like this. Why not?
Yeah, they lost. And then that new Microsoft product that came out, right? That the Creative Studio
Oh
desktop.
yeah, Surface Studio. Is
Yeah,
Surface
but the
Studio.
But the thing is though, it goes
scaring them.
back into Apple was never meant for gaming.
No, yeah, that's true.
No, but I mean, why limit themselves? They tried their hand at a console one time.
Yeah, they
Well-
also tried their hand at some weird other stuff.
But the thing is, it never. But that shows it never worked out because I honestly, not gonna lie, I had no idea they tried their hand at a console.
They also
they
tried.
did.
They're also the original owners of Halo. So there you go.
Yeah, and then it went over to Xbox.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was going to be released for iOS.
Yeah, it was going to release for iOS.
Not iOS, I'm sorry.
Not
OS
iOS.
X.
OS X. Yeah. It was an original game, and that would have been like, oh my God, Apple's got an awesome game on their hands. But then Microsoft said, no, we'll buy it from you.
Yeah, because Bungie previously made their first-person shooter for
Dude, Bungie
Mac,
made
I
bank
believe.
and rolled out.
and then it was ported over to PC.
Okay. HTC is currently working on a streaming device with a company named TPcast to make their VR headset wireless.
So they're going the route with no strings.
VR backpacks.
I got no.
Never had a
no
chance.
chance.
I'm not big into VR.
Do you guys know what a VR backpack is?
Isn't it the backpack that carries everything in it?
It's a backpack that has a PC in it, so you can have the cord still, but you're just running off.
Would it look
PC in
so
your
cool?
back.
So you could have virtual reality and you can just keep walking until you
just forget
eventually
about
taking
actual
off.
reality.
still have
and then you're lost.
You still have limited space, but you don't have to worry about a cord.
Wait, so you could do Pokemon Go with VR in a backpack, so you could just fucking walk outside yourself?
You're
my
limited
battery.
by power, right? There.
Yeah, you're limited by power, your battery pack. But in this case, you're still limited by power, but you don't have to have a PC on your back.
I'm still against VR. Dead air
process
there,
that.
guys. I'm still against VR.
Why?
Because
Do you want to try it? I have one right here.
I don't want to try it.
Dude, you gotta try it.
Oh, let me forget about actual reality and just go into virtual
Wait,
Hey, whoa.
What?
whoa,
It has
whoa.
nothing to do with that. It's just a way of experiencing the game.
Hey, get the porn.
Wait till yeah.
Get the
Oh,
porn.
you ready for the porn?
Wait till Will starts the porn over.
No, wait.
Oh my gosh,
Bring
no,
it out.
guys.
Buzz it out.
No.
Now I'm
Oh,
interested.
no.
What do you mean no?
Stop
We
now.
don't talk
but-
about
Don't be
that.
selfish. Hand it over.
Pause for momentary porn accessibility, and then he can come back and say what he said.
Yeah, give it to him.
You really want to do it?
I need a drink too.
Is it actually? Is it for sure? Like real? Oh my god.
You
Yeah.
really want to see it?
No, he needs to see it.
Ellie has to watch too.
So, Pedram, you had a chance to experience VR right now. Did your opinion change?
It did. It did.
Post.
Okay,
Post
so
VR.
this is the main thing about VR is you have to experience it before you can really speak to it because right now, I mean, they're trying to get exposure in Best Buy and all these other places, and people just have to try it. Once you try it, you know what it's like, and you know what to expect.
But the thing is, though, even though it's a really, really cool thing as an entertainment, but it reminds me too much of the book Ready Player One. And I don't know if you've read that. This is such a good read.
It's not that immersive though. I mean, it's not like you're on
But-
the holodeck yet,
Right. But I mean, you can see
where it's going.
where it's going. And
I hope
it goes back into Watchdog. I mean, we'll get to that point and we'll start talking about Watchdog, but you know how everything's going in that direction.
I hope it goes into the direction of Sword Art Online. That would be so fucking cool.
What I like about it is you're actually physically doing something instead of sitting on your butt. And I like video games, so.
Well, that's the thing. At that point, it's also now saying, oh, it's okay not to go outside again. But then, hey, do exercise here.
I wouldn't be going outside anyway, so.
It's dangerous out there.
Well, for me, like I really like. There was this video I watched, the one in India, the William.
Dubai.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, anyways, the Dubai one. I thought it was cool because you could actually see a different country. I mean, not only did that, sure, I'm looking at a different country. I don't have to go there anymore, but it did it. I was like, now I really do want to see it, or, you know, it could be used as that. It's like travel.
Again, Ready Player One.
Sure.
What about Ready Player 2?
I'm actually still waiting for the movie Ready Player One. They talked about writing scripts for it. I'm still waiting for that.
You know what VR reminds me of? Hardcore Henry.
I love
Oh,
hardcore.
yeah.
Nice.
I never watched that.
That's a
Oh
good.
my
That's a good.
gosh.
Isn't
That's
that
the first problem.
One of my favorite movies.
Isn't that a porn?
It's like initiation requirement.
It's a really
That's a good. That's a good Pardo name though. Hardcore Henry.
Listen, it's a really good movie.
I'll just wait for it to get on HBO and watch it later.
All right, ready to roll.
A UK-based retailer may have leaked the price of Nintendo Switch. The console was listed on their site for £249.99. This means the US price would be set to $250 to $300.
Wow, shocker. It's in the same range as every fucking other console. Wow.
It's a little below the initial price of the consoles, right?
Because it's a mini.
$250, that'd be the perfect price for it.
But the thing is though, I'm surprised that the price of like a normal price of a console is such a big news.
It's
Well,
really not.
Everybody's worried. Oh, what is this going to be like? $400? $400, they're not going to be want to buy it. Is it going to be $150? If it's $150, everybody's going to buy it. So $250, I think, is a good
It just
price.
needs.
for
It
them
needs to
have.
be somewhere where.
They should have made it 150 and just make bank and walk out.
I mean, it's Nintendo's next console. Nintendo needs to make the numbers go up. The problem with their last console is nobody really bought the Wii U. So you got to put it at the right price point, and they're not going to sell it at a loss like they just sold
And
the
Wii U launched at $350. It was $300 for the base unit, but nobody wanted that. $350 for the one that had like an actual drive in there, and was the color of black.
and that was sold at a loss.
Was it?
Oh,
Yeah, that was original 350 was sold at a loss.
That tablet, I mean, it's so crappy, but I mean, I guess it added so much cost to the unit.
Yeah,
So
it was because it's something they didn't really think they were going to put together, and they said they will not sell the Nintendo Switch at a loss. So
well, it's not even going to be PS4 level. So
Possibly an intentional leak to just let their base know that, hey, it's at a reasonable range. You can buy it. No worries.
Well, it's a leaked price, so I don't know. We'll see what happens.
It might change. Samsung has bought the audio giant Harman for $8 billion.
I am very disappointed.
Why? You like Harman a lot?
Harman Kardon is one of the best.
Yeah, I actually have
Audio workings,
I have one of the receivers, and I love it.
Yeah. I used to, my old car used to have Harman Kardon, and it's and actually my car right now, it has the upgrade version, but the normal one has Harman Kardon, and I'm very, very, very disappointed that all this merging and acquisition is going on. It's just killing competition, and Samsung is going to blow shit up.
Car bombs.
Wait,
Car
Samsung bought it, or did you say Sony?
Samsung.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Laundry machines have gone to shit. Our phones have gone to shit. Let's buy speakers.
So many Mercedes Benzes are going to be recalled.
It's to gain a little bit of market share. It's like the Taco Bell, PepsiCo company. They'll buy little pieces of every little thing.
They're
like
doing
Taco
this because
Bell,
they need to
stuff.
compensate for the shit that they just lost.
It has a lot more. I think it has a lot to do with them saying, "Hey, look, we got Harman Kardon speakers in our Samsung products." Okay.
Yeah, because people losing
My TV
value
has
in them.
Harman Kardon speakers in it. It's not that much better. It's LG. But anyway, moving on.
Super Mario Run is launching on December 15th for $9.99.
I know I have mine reserved.
That's cool.
I have the notification thing.
Dun,
what?
dun, 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 dun,
So
dun.
what? So
I'm so
explain
getting
what.
that.
I haven't heard about this.
It's
What
an
is
app.
it? It's an
You
app.
haven't heard about it?
Yeah,
We
but
talked about it a
no,
while
Ever
ago.
seen Flappy Bird?
It's
like
Oh,
that,
that's
but
that
Mario.
one.
it's
Got it,
Mario,
got
but you
it.
can play it one-handed. Yeah,
One-handed. Okay.
yeah, he's constantly running.
Yeah, because you know what you do with the other? Never mind.
You're eating your hamburger.
Where's that VR?
So it's supposed to be a game where it's Nintendo's first foray into mobile gaming, not including Pokemon Go, because Pokemon Go they didn't do.
What about the other one?
What's the other one?
The one where they talk all weird.
Oh yeah, Miiverse.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah. That was actually really fun.
That
People
was free to
really-
play, though. This is not going to be free to play.
Yeah, it's not free to play. You have to pay for it. But that Miiverse actually sold really well. So I'm guessing it didn't sell well. I mean, it got a lot of people downloading it.
Yeah. And then it died.
Then it died because it ate up battery like a sumbitch.
Yeah, it
So
Hideo Kojima to receive an award during this year Games Award show. Last year he was blocked from attending from Konami.
Konami, yeah. So Jeff Keighley actually made a speech about that when he was blocked from it. He said, we have an award for Hideo Kojima to receive, but he's not able to attend because Konami is not allowing him to, and they really called him out, and Konami had a lot of hate because of it. So,
Why is that? Why did he get blocked from attending?
well, Metal Gear is his pride and joy, and one of the things he's most known for. And he's done
Well, it's
Metal
the-
Gear
pretty
after
much the
Metal
only
Gear
thing.
after Metal Gear, and it's really popular. Everybody loves it. And it's like one of the biggest gaming franchises out there. And it's basically the backbone of Konami, what kept them having a successful franchise. And this last game that he released, apparently there was a lot of disagreements between Konami and what he wanted to do. They released it before it was done. They didn't allow him to do everything he wanted to do with the game. And because of that, he left the company, and he has a huge following behind him. So everybody was like, what the heck's going on? They wanted to take his name off the game. No longer Hideo Kojima's Metal Gear, but they left it on there. And now he's teamed up with Sony, and he's working on a new game, and everybody's really excited for that. But last year he was going to win an award for his Metal Gear game, which came out, and he was blocked from it. And that's what this drama is about.
yeah, so Hideo Kojima has got like a huge, fan base, and he ends up, getting shunned by his old company, so people get pissed off at the company. So that's what it's all
The
about.
power of
Rightly
the people
so.
there.
Yeah,
Rightly so.
supposedly got new leadership, and the leadership wanted to go the route of mobile games.
But no, they're putting another Metal Gear
And now
out.
they have, so the first Metal Gear game they made without him is zombies.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's very
basically.
It
terrible.
has nothing to do with the universe.
I don't know.
The thing is always when the company gets in the way of developers, that's always when the problem hits. Very, very, very rampant with EA.
Yeah, I mean, well, similar thing with the people that did Titanfall. They had a contract. I mean, they try to hide their names. Big companies like EA and Activision, they don't want you to know the talent. That way, the talent doesn't have a voice. But with Kojima, his name is all slapped all over it. He started a mission, Hideo Kojima game.
Yeah.
Directed by Hideo Kojima. Written by Hideo Kojima.
I remember that.
I remember that.
It was thrown in your face like all over the place.
I thought I was on the trailer for the whole game. I was like, what's going on?
Yeah, it's like
every
the first-
single mission you start.
The first one that you're like basically diving in and you're getting out of the water. It's just like, hey, Hideo Kojima. I love that.
Yeah, but I think it's becoming more like the movie industry where you're actually starting to see the talent behind the game. So
They deserve it.
yeah,
I totally agree. They deserve it. And
I don't know
Hideo
why,
Kojima-
but every time I see this guy's name, I get reminded of Godzilla. I have no idea why.
That's because you're a racist.
all I hope
It has
is
nothing to do with it.
I'm excited to see him because I'm going to be going to the Video Game Awards show. So I hope I get to see him again and that he doesn't run away and like hide his face in between a big crowd. I
he will.
hope he doesn't
He
run away
hides
from
his
me.
Get some
face
autographs
between a
for
big
us.
crowd.
Yeah, the first PSX we went to in 2015. What year is it?
Yeah, it was 2000. It was 2 years ago. So 2014.
2014, the first one PSX we went to. He was there and he was walking around and he had like a mob around him blocking him off. So we like, oh, it's Hideo Kojima. And
So you can't get through the mob.
No, we couldn't get through the mob.
We actually got close, but when we want to take a picture of him, he like did some weird crap with his hair.
Yeah, he flipped his hair over to the other side of his face so you couldn't see his.
So basically, uses his hand to block his face. So it's kind of weird, but
So kind of like how horses have the thing on the side so they can't see their...
Basically, yeah. You want to see his
Flipped
haircut?
his
That's
hair.
basically what his haircut is.
So we can't see.
Oh my god.
he has one side.
He's an emo guy.
Yeah, he's got like kind of a. I don't want to be messed up, but it's kind of like a bowl cut, but
Oh.
a little longer on one side than the other.
No, I think I did see a picture. It's kind of like those Japanese boy bands, right?
Basically.
If I ever see him, I'm gonna point at him from a distance and yell, Kojima! And then we're gonna run.
Hey,
Kojima.
Yeah.
I think he deserves this award.
Maybe because we're too excited. You need to like...
Is that an owl?
There's a
All right.
Petrodon.
moving on.
Terry Crews is teaming up with a popular YouTuber
I was
called...
waiting for you to shut up.
Ow.
Oh.
That hurt.
Okay. Terry Crews is teaming up with a popular YouTuber called JZ2Cents to build his own themed custom PC.
I think that's pretty cool. I watched Jay-Z Who Sense a lot, and I'm kind of excited for this. They're leaning towards two different builds. Either they're going to do a Old Spice PC build.
I wonder if he'll get copyright issues with that.
No, I don't think so. I mean, it's just going to be like color themed and like have logos and stuff.
I'm
on
sure
it.
Old Spice will be like, yeah, go ahead and do it.
Yeah, it's
I would
more
think so.
advertisement
Yeah,
for
it's free
that.
advertising, yeah.
Old Spice. Terry Crews is like the.
He's
like,
the face.
of that Old Spice crazy brand.
Because he gives you power.
So since you know that, that's what you're gonna get. So, and Terry Crews building his own PC became a big deal, and a lot of people were like following that like crazy. They're like, "Hey man, this is gonna be great. Let's go and see Terry Crews." The guy knows nothing about PCs. He's like, "I want to do it right. I'm not."
I
gonna
love that
sponsor."
video where he went and bought all this shit himself.
He's like, yeah,
and then he
I'm
tried
not-
to explain to us. He's like, yeah,
It
I don't know
wasn't-
what this is, but
it
it's
wa-
great. I heard it's great.
It wasn't for him. It was for his kid, right? His son.
No,
Right.
I heard it was for him.
It was for his son.
Yeah,
It
he
does-
started getting
doesn't
into
He
it.
wanted to
matter.
connect. He wanted to connect
Oh no,
with his son.
he yeah.
and his
But
son
he was
playing a lot of video games.
But the video game, the computer he's building was for him, but it was his way of being able to connect more with his son, which is great because nowadays a lot of parents they don't even know what the fuck the kids do.
So yeah, so he was building that computer. He started telling people like, "Hey man, I'm not getting sponsored. All this stuff. I went out and bought it." People respected
nice.
that like crazy.
He's
They're
actually
like,
trying to turn this into a message. He said, "Now, like Arnold Schwarzenegger, now you can have the body, you can have the active lifestyle, but be a gamer at the same time, like me." That's what he's
That's true.
saying.
Yeah, he gave some very good, like, positive messages in that video.
Well,
I was
and
like,
then-
good
and then-
job.
And then the
And then he moves the pecs left and right.
yeah.
We'll
oh,
see.
I love Terry Crews.
We'll see how good Terry Crews does when he plays a game. He may be a gamer, but is he a good one?
Is he gonna be like Conan O'Brien? Because that
Oh, I
shit's
love
hilarious.
Clueless Gaming.
Clueless Gamer.
Yeah,
You
love
said
it.
you said one of the themes was Old Spice. What's the other one? That's
So the other build that you're thinking about is President Camacho.
so
Which
from
is
Idiocracy.
Yeah, and it's the crazy president with the highest IQ in
I
the
feel-
populations.
Yeah, that would be, I think, a harder thing to get because I mean that
I
movie
think
was
they're gonna do
popular,
Old Spice.
but yeah.
for sure.
Old Spice will be funny and nice.
Old Spice would probably also pitch in all the parts and stuff. Like, yeah, we'll buy all the things and get them all dyed red and white and weird. We'll see what happens. Anyway,
Symmetra is getting a character redesign on Overwatch.
I hope they don't. I feel like what's going on now is Blizzard's pretty much like They don't understand that Overwatch has popularity.
What are you
Now they're
talking
going to try
about?
to
No,
milk
they're doing this because it has popularity.
No.
Symmetra is getting redesigned because she was very close range and very situational. Her main ability was to create a teleport system so you can get people to the field faster to take points. But now they're going to give her a different ultimate, which is going to be weird. She's the first character to have 2 ultimates now.
I saw something with like her shooting portals in the sky. Like these weird little portals.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what it is, but
I saw some weird stuff going on with her.
more changes coming to Overwatch, which is interesting.
Symmetra was kind of a weak character for me anyway.
Yeah, and they're you know how close range her weapon is?
Yeah.
They're expanding its range a little bit.
Well, thank God, because she was very difficult to play with.
Yeah, the main complaint is that Symmetra is very situational.
Yeah.
So now this will open her to have more situations you can apply to.
Yeah, because I think she was a character that you only played in the beginning of a map, and then after that you never played with her again.
Yeah.
So, anyway, moving in now.
I have some news.
Chocolate milk?
Ding me. Rumor has it, or actually not actually rumor, it's confirmed that Dave Chappelle is going to make 3 stand-up specials for Netflix in 2017. He's back.
Oh, yeah.
That deserves another bling.
Can you start over again? Sorry.
So Netflix and Dave Chappelle are working together because Dave Chappelle is about to drop 3 new specials in 2017, full stand-ups. He's back.
Oh.
I guess that's cool.
I love Dave Chappelle.
Did you guys see that recent the one on
I saw him on
SNL?
I
SNL,
love.
yeah.
Oh,
That
I
was-
love those SNL.
See, one thing that happened with
Walking
him is
Dead
in
blogger.
SNL, he came on SNL, he had more talent by himself than the whole SNL cast.
He did a really good job with the Walking Dead one.
That was
yeah, that was pretty
hilarious.
good.
He didn't need anybody else. He did it himself.
And they were all himself.
No,
Yeah, exactly. That's what
I just said.
Ta-da.
But what I meant to say is like he had more talent. His like whole his first opening monologue was more talent than the whole.
I think
Staff
I
there.
think at this point he's enjoyed his time. His kids have grown up, and now he's testing the water to see if he can come back. Because now he's probably getting bored, right? Eminem did the same thing. He was having so much issues going on with his kids. His kids were growing up. He didn't want to miss it. Then once his kids got grown, he's like, "Well, fuck, I'm bored now." And he's like, "All right, let's go back on the scene." And so you see Eminem start popping up again, little by little. Now you see Dave Chappelle slowly coming back. He came back last year, and then slowly he's just kind of appearing a little more, bit by bit. And now 3 specials. Maybe Chappelle show will come back. Who knows?
I would love if Chappelle show come.
I mean,
back.
if you're giving Kevin Hart like 6 specials, you're gonna have to give Dave Chappelle 1 or 2. I mean, Kevin Hart got the same material.
Yeah, but Dave
Chappelle has way better material than
Dave
Hart.
Chappelle.
Kevin Hart.
Well, I think Dave Chappelle delivers better. His story, the way he delivers his story, he delivers it way better than Kevin. Kevin's all about excitement. But Dave Chappelle keeps you in suspense. You're
Well,
like,
the thing
what's
is,
next? And
The
then he
thing is,
drops it.
actually, the thing is, I think there's more talent with Dave Chappelle than Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart's funny, whatever, but Dave Chappelle actually has talent. He can, like, again, the way he carried that whole skit by himself, Kevin Hart would never be able to do that.
His funny is a lot like Conan O'Brien's. Conan O'Brien's funny is not scripted. He is funny just doing regular shit, and you can see comedians and actors crack up and break with the shit that he does.
That's cool.
Let's see what happens. I really would like to see more Dave Chappelle in the future. Hopefully, he gets it.
Sorry. All right, with that all said, we're going to start with topic number 1 of the week.
Say, dang it, god damn it.
Fight! Oh, sorry.
First topic of the week, fantastic beasts and where to find them.
All right, so we all watched together Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them.
Oh god, that tastes so good.
What? So good!
Oh, this random guy just here.
Oh, wow.
There's a fantastic movie about beasts that I still haven't found. It's better than the entire Harry Potter series put together.
Whoa.
Okay, wait.
The lead is not a pussy.
Whoa, wait. First of all,
He actually fights back, and he's a badass. James
first of all-
Bond.
What?
Awkward
Wait.
Bond.
Well, he wasn't a boy. He was an adult.
I don't give a fuck. Even as a grown up, Harry was a bitch.
It didn't
Eddie
affect you
Redmayne.
at all that the character started at a point and ended at the same goddamn point and didn't have any progression as a
Exactly.
person?
That's
I
what
loved
Yeah.
it.
So my biggest complaint, I don't want to start with complaints, but I'm gonna start with my complaint. My biggest complaint about this whole movie is a lot of the characters got lost. I didn't connect with any of the characters except
It
for
feels like the only character that had any progression was the Muggle.
is the chef. Yes, the guy that was the baker.
Oh, Jacob, I love Jacob.
Jacob was
Yeah.
that had the most connection with everyone. Newt Scamander and everybody else. Like honestly, I don't remember the girl's name that helped him.
Tina.
I don't even.
Tina, you remember the name?
And the sister is
flirting
Queenly.
one.
There you
Queen
go.
Lee.
Yeah, maybe they did that for a reason because we're all muggles and we will connect with the muggles.
We're not, wait.
Who
We're
you
no
calling
matches.
a muggle? Who
We're
you
no
calling-
matches. We're not muggles. In America,
Hey, you
it's
don't
no
know
matches.
Okay.
Get it right,
Okay.
sister.
No magic.
No match.
No
So
match.
weird.
No
I would
match.
just say no magies.
No magies.
But at the same
We
time,
just call 'em muggles.
the connection to the characters were not as strong, I think. But at the same time, you can't compare it to Harry Potter because Harry Potter got 7 books, and a lot of the books had a lot of connection, a lot more in-depth information.
And this one destroyed them all.
And-
Wait, the thing is though, I thought the Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them book was just a book that talked about the Fantastic Beasts. It wasn't an actual book like Harry Potter book.
It was a book inside the books that Harry Potter read in class.
Yeah, but like if there's a physical book, you can actually go buy it, but that just talks about just the beasts.
Yeah,
but it's not like a storybook.
Yeah, it's not a
she's
story.
making.
It's not a storybook. So that's the thing. It's like kind of very different than the books.
Yeah.
So I understand why it didn't have all the extra, stuff in it. I personally dislike that. The only thing, one of the biggest things I dislike is, why did you put Johnny Depp in this? And
That is so random. But it's
why
kinda-
did you put Johnny Depp in this?
Because he was there
Oh,
again.
spoiler, by the way.
It's not
Wait.
it's not a spoiler if you don't tell why. Everyone knows Johnny Depp is in this movie. They talked about it when it
You
first
see
came
him in the
out.
very beginning. He's in the newspaper. And it's like, this guy's out there.
Yeah.
Watch out for him. And then you see him at the very end.
Yeah, so Johnny Depp's in the movie. Why'd you put Johnny Depp in it?
I mean,
why'd
he's
you
not gonna
put
be
Colin
bad.
Farrell in it?
Because Colin Farrell he really wanted to be in the movie. That's
I know.
from what I heard. Was like he was like really, really into Harry Potter. I don't know the process that went into casting, but he was really, really into Harry Potter and wanted to be in this movie.
They were okay. I mean, we haven't seen him do anything other than say like
that's
two
my-
lines.
that's my-
Wait. There is a lot of criticism of Colin Farrell's acting, though.
Yeah, Colin Farrell has really. I mean, honestly, ever since I've seen him in any movie that I've ever watched, he's not a great actor in my point of view. But he didn't ruin the movie for me. So I'm just saying, why did they cast those two? They could have cast some unknowns and made it more interesting and maybe built more character development on those guys. I just think that this movie lacked the strength of the character connection that I saw in Harry Potter. But I don't want to compare Harry Potter with this movie.
Yeah, but I
No
mean,
way.
character connection is it's 8 movies to connect with the character, 7 books to connect with the character. I just
Yeah.
wouldn't even go that comparison.
I don't even need an origin story. You don't need to give me an origin story for this guy. You just need
You
to.
didn't. You didn't get any
You-
origin
you-
story.
I said you don't need to give it to me. I'm just saying the thing is that you need me.
Yes, you do.
No, you don't.
Yes, you do.
I just said you don't need it for me because you don't really need it for a lot of characters that are strong in other movies. What you do need is a sense of connection. That sense of connection is
I'm sorry. Do you have a bunch of beasts in a fucking suitcase that we don't know
that's
about?
not what I'm talking about.
How are you going to
talking about-
connect
he's
to a
talking
guy
about
who's
Colin
fictional?
Farrell.
Colin Farrell?
Oh my god.
I'm talking about
A dude who's not even there?
I'm talking about Newt Scamander. I'm talking about Tina. I'm talking about all of them.
Oh.
You gain a connection with Jacob because Jacob.
Because he's a human.
Can you
Oh my
stop
God.
cutting me off without listening? So you gain a connection with him because his storyline starts at a point and you follow it through his eyes. Kind of. You follow it really through his eyes, the movie. But Newt's kind of like weird and awkward. So
I like Newt as a character.
I do.
But as far as the starting point to low end to where he ended, he just back where he started.
Yeah, I basically did a U-turn.
Because
Yeah.
he wasn't supposed to progress. He was there to find some shit and get out. That's it.
Yeah, but the
he
thing
wasn't
is,
there to
when
grow.
you start a story-
he had a
But-
mission.
But the thing is, you
that was it.
you could
You
see him
progress
grow.
somehow.
You could see the change. I mean, we can't obviously really go into it without
The
spoiling it.
only
but-
change is he developed a relationship with another character.
well, yeah. So there you go. But you could see from the beginning that was not him.
Where he's
Same.
he's a loner, only cares about his beasts.
Yes. You see how in the middle of the movie he did mention something to that said character. I remember this specifically, and also same with other ones. You know, there is some little bit.
Yeah, I think the cool thing about this movie were the beasts. I think that was really cool. I like seeing the different types.
Yeah,
of beasts.
that was awesome.
And I like the characters of the beasts.
Except for one of the beasts that he went to the United States for is like so random.
Oh, that was
It
such a
is.
funny thing.
I want to
Oh
let
my
this
God.
beast out in Arizona.
Oh, come on. My friend didn't get the joke behind it. It was so funny when he was like, "Oh, that's
This is
what
an
it is."
eagle.
No.
This movie was way better than Harry Potter.
Explain.
Why do you think that?
Here's the reason. It wasn't. I'll put it this way: Harry Potter is like Twilight.
What?
What?
Okay, hear him out.
It's okay. Half the time, Harry is either lost, confused, scared, or frightened, and then he just has no spine. I
He's a
hated it.
little
Comparing Harry
teenager.
Potter to that girl from Twilight.
absolutely hated it. I absolutely hated it.
Okay, when you first get introduced to him, he's like 11.
Yeah, that's fine. He can be wimpy then, but god damn it, he's almost 18 when this is over. He's still a
and
bitch.
what does he do? He survives death.
And
Dude,
He
half-
kills
Listen,
Voldemort.
all this shit was luck. All this entire existence was luck. Half of everything that happened was fucking straight up luck.
I don't remember any fucking glittering vampires in Harry Potter.
Oh, he's a
Well,
I'm gonna tell you right
Prisoner of Azkaban. No, sorry. Chamber of Secrets. When he goes into the Black Forest. No, that's not. No, it's not Chamber of Secrets. It's
Not
actually
spiders?
Philosopher's Stones. No, it's Philosopher's Stones.
Okay, the first
they go
movie.
in.
There's
Yeah,
literally
they go,
vampires.
They,
or Sorcerer's
no.
Stone for the Americans.
Sorcerer's Stones.
It's been a while.
For the Americans. They go into the Black Forest. It's him, Malfoy, and the dog, and they see Voldemort's like incorporeal form drinking the blood of a unicorn, vampire.
Oh my god! No, what I'm trying to say is,
That's an animal.
is like the character
Still.
Newt in Fantastic Beasts. Okay, you got this guy who's a wizard, right? Now
You're a
in Harry
wizard,
Potter,
Harry.
okay,
You're a wizard.
you have
Harry.
you have like this ultimate badass villain, right? Voldemort.
Yes.
Who's supposed to be evil, fucking twisted, looks like a weirdo.
Yes.
All right, cool, you nailed it. Then you got who's supposed to take this guy down? His wimpy fucking teenager who doesn't know left from right, and then everyone dies around him. Like what?
He's not a wimpy teenager.
Yes, he is.
Okay, you missed the whole point. Why did he
Dude,
survive?
Hermione was more of a badass than him.
Hermione
she punched
was
the nigga in the face.
Listen. You watched the movies. You probably didn't read the books. The books
Yeah.
totally.
I
different
read
than
the
there.
books, all of it.
So
don't
you
believe
probably
that.
Which is amazing
So
for me.
did you get the end of the? So did you when you got to the end of the books and you noticed that Harry Potter's not actually a dumbass? He took Dumbledore's super wand and put it back in his in his grave.
in his grave, yes.
Basically to say because it's in his grave, no one can kill me and claim it. It's dead forever. When I die at old age, it's dead forever. The guy's
No one's
smart.
be able to. Yeah, he's smart. He says, "I don't need the Elder Wand. Elder Wand can basically go back to Dumbledore, and I'm the only master of the Elder Wand, and I'm just going to use my wand because I like it better."
Elder Wand goes to the person that kills the person that has the Elder Wand.
Or when they
So-
disarm him in duel.
There
That's
you go.
how Harry got it from Malfoy.
Okay, so he did one cool, smart
No,
thing.
that's not the thing though.
In
The thing
7
is,
movies.
he did very courageous things as well.
Exactly.
He self-sacrificed. He didn't have to do it.
Exactly.
He sacrificed himself.
When?
When Dumbledore told him that basically you have to kill yourself to be able to kill Voldemort. But see, you don't remember or you didn't really pay
At
attention
that
to
point, his parents have died.
That
His
doesn't
uncles
matter.
died. His lots of friends have died. Dumbledore died. Mentors. Everyone's dead. He's got nothing left. The
So
school's
what-
going to shit.
Why
The
does
whole
it-
world
how
ministry's
is that-
going to shit.
Why does that matter?
He's
the thing
losing the
is-
whole world.
The thing is, though, the thing that you forget is that he survived being able to be taken over by Voldemort because he was a Horcrux, if you don't remember.
Okay,
He had part
but
of Voldemort's soul in him.
my-
So he had to fight Voldemort and hold him off bay so he didn't take everything from Harry.
I just wanted Harry to be more badass, like Newt. Newt, like in
Oh
every
my God.
situation. Granted, yes, he was a little older, but still, like he didn't like freak out. He kind of like had a plan, or he used his tools. He was very innovative in the way he like
Or he
got
just
out of
winged it.
shit. Or even if he winged it, it still was way more badass.
What
of,
about
like,
all
a
those
cool
hair
wizard.
flips? All those hair flips and all that like head bobbing.
I thought
I was fine with it.
So-
Because at least he was
Such
able
a
to
character.
get himself out of situations.
such an Englishman.
you saw some of him being more courageous, but was his courageousness due to his character being courageous, or was it because his character was socially really awkward, and he was just really focused on getting things done? Because that's what I saw more than I saw courage.
I agree.
I
thought
saw
he was
more socially
awkward.
awkward, and he's like, "Oh yeah, excuse me, everybody in the real world. I don't care about what you're doing. I just need to get my weird animal back."
yeah,
hair flip,
pretty
hair
much.
flip, hair flip.
And
Careful.
That's what I saw. I didn't see courageousness.
every single frame, at least once, he's trying to like just go about his business.
Ellie, Sohil, Pedram, Tommy. The scene where they're baking and having like what they're baking floating around the food table
Yes.
and baking itself. Did anybody else get a weird feeling of episode 2 where they're using the force to serve each other fruit? And it's bad.
Oh my! I did.
And it's
Now
terrible
you
CG.
remind me. Oh my god!
I was
kind of
thinking
weird
about.
part.
It was a little bit too much CG.
I was thinking
for me.
about the Weasley house when Harry first comes in and everything's doing its own
I was
shit.
just in the world of
It
magic.
was a lot of CG though.
I loved it.
Well, yeah,
that did
man,
not ruin
that
it
shit
for
doesn't
me.
actually happen.
I mean, it's a little bit like over intense though. Harry Potter didn't have that much CG. like,
Yeah, I can
ridiculousness.
see where you're having a little bit of an issue with it, but at the same time, they're trying to do.
Because Harry Potter was worse.
Whatever.
No, I can see that they try to do CG when they could have went with the practical style of it, but I think they did it where they had to. The CG is not my complaint. I think the CG was beautiful in most of the movie. I think
Talking about the creatures,
the creatures.
in fact, the beasts.
The beast.
Did you connect to any of the beasts? I mean, there was only one charming beast in my opinion.
Yeah, the whole.
Yeah, I think that we all connected
to
to that one.
There
Yeah.
was one that was really exciting and really fun. I think people connected with a couple of them, but not all of them.
I
There's
can
only
think
one.
3 that I could
I
connect
think
to.
the first one and the middle one.
Oh, I take that back. There's 2 that people like.
Yeah, the first one is definitely one of those
Yes.
characters.
Well, I think we talk about them. There's the one that
Couple.
loves shiny things.
I love it.
That's the one I connected to.
Yeah, and then there was the one that is really attached to people.
Yeah,
I did not connect.
I think I connected to him the most. I loved him, and then
He was
shiny.
He was the cute.
Yeah. Is
it
one
'cause he's
for the
lanky
girls.
like you
The
are?
lady is like the I don't remember what he's called.
I don't know, but he
looks like- he looks like
everyone
a,
will find that. It's like a
twig.
plant, like a little twig.
I don't know, but
Walking stick.
I also connected to one that can predict the future or the upcoming future. I did personally because you don't see him. Like one of his things is actually being invisible. You guys will find out really quickly.
You don't see him that
But
much though.
I know, but exactly,
that's true,
like
and
I
that's-
You know what that-
connected. Like,
you know what that reminded me of?
where is he? But when he's revealed, it's like just everything you see on him. It's like, oh, I.
It
kinda
was
see this,
interesting
like-
that
Remember the bad
he
guy
didn't just
from
run
Monsters?
away. He ran in place for a reason.
Yeah,
Do
exactly.
you remember that the villain from Monsters Inc?
Which one?
The one who
Randall.
Yeah, that's what it reminded me of.
Yeah, like you know,
'Cause it was
Randall
shoo,
has a
shoo.
personality. Yeah.
It was
So
cool.
It was
those
funny.
are 3 that I connected to that I can remember right now that I connected to.
it was pretty funny. There was pretty much good reason behind his actions, but I still connected to the first one, the shiny person or the shiny one.
Yeah.
Shiny
What-
beast and
what
then
What the
more.
story did more is showcase the world of magic more
Exactly,
than
yeah.
in
a
America.
character.
Yeah.
And
I like-
that's what see that's the thing. She's starting to realize people, yeah, sure Harry was, but people like the world. The world is what
For
pull
sure.
people in. That's
sure.
what is one of the big things that's a big draw for Star Wars is the world of it. Right? It's something that's really out there. It's really there's so much to it. And the fact that Harry Potter could, I mean, who knows? What if it's real? We don't know because apparently humans don't know,
my
right?
God.
No, but humans don't know. They're not aware of it, right?
Yeah.
So that illusion fantasy is like the people draw that like, oh, what if it was real? And, so people get drawn. Why do you think the theme parks do so well? People go there. They really like the idea. If I promise you, if they built an entire realistic Hogwarts, like straight up, they would get flooded every fucking day.
Well, yeah, that's that
Like, you know,
does right
We said that in the news a couple of weeks ago.
You mean like at Universal?
With
Yeah.
Or like at Disneyland.
that French Hogwarts that they're building that you
Yeah.
can stay overnight. Anyway, but I
Learn
think
Quidditch.
the movie's good. I'm not knocking it too much. I'm just saying that there's something about it, and if they're gonna make 5 movies for one, or
Well,
is that 5 movies?
5 movies.
Here's
Five movies for
another
one book.
thing about the movie.
There's a lot to come.
The villain establishment. We didn't even know what the villain was beginning
Oh
of the
my
movie.
God, I love that. The thing is, J.K. Rowling, first time screenwriting.
With Harry Potter,
First
we
time
knew
screen-
Voldemort.
Oh
was,
yeah.
but we didn't know what the heck was going on. We just saw Johnny Depp for a second.
Well, we knew
You're not
what we were
supposed to.
looking for one character, which was also, as I watched the movie again, he was referenced in the Harry Potter movies as well. We knew a person, we just didn't know him. We'd never seen him. We just saw like something. We weren't sure what that was, and then after that, we knew that guy was out there, and that's it.
Yeah, he wasn't the focus. I think he's going to be the main focus, obviously coming.
Well, obviously going forward. So
But,
this is
you know,
establishing him.
yeah, but they don't wanna,
Could
like-
they have done a better job or this as a standalone story?
No, because
Does
then
it
you'll
suffer
kill
because
it.
of that?
It didn't suffer. The story had a beginning and a middle and an end.
But you have no idea who the villain is.
The villain is the suspense to take you to the next.
But I don't think the movie. I don't think the movie was centered around a villain.
No, it wasn't.
That's
It was
what I felt
centered
like.
around.
I think there was centered around that suitcase.
The conflict.
Yeah.
The suitcase.
The suitcase.
And then the suitcase. The villain was a tertiary issue that just magically came back at the end. I thought that the biggest thing that I saw was the suitcase and that anti-witch person. That's it.
I hated that person.
Well, I hated that person too, but I loved the development of that. It kept you in suspense. Like I just said, is it this? Is it this? Is this?
They did their job.
Time.
They made it really hateable.
Yeah.
And like the minute they talk about this creature is formed by
love it,
like not being able to admit you're gay. Just kidding.
Well, the whole thing is you're touching a good subject.
Basically, I'm not admitting I'm gay. I'm not admitting I have magic.
What? What?
Basically, he's saying what Will's saying is that it has a current day idea behind it.
That's the undertone of it.
Yes,
it's hiding who you are.
It's hiding who you are,
or just a suppression that you're suppressed because of who you are.
Right. So instead of when you hide it, you become when you bottle up emotions, you become a powder keg.
I'm surprised nobody walked out of this movie like with happy feet.
Because the movie was great.
But I think it was honestly, if I wanted to give it a rating or whatever, which I'm willing to go into, unless you guys want to keep talking about it.
Let's start up with final thoughts and what you guys will rate it.
Okay.
So he'll start.
Oh, final thoughts. My final thoughts are this movie wasn't as strong as the original Harry Potter movies, but that's not a knock. It's just a statement. I'm not trying to say it's bad. I'm just saying it's not as strong. But the reason behind it is because you're looking at a book that really didn't have that much information in it being turned into a movie. And when you try to do something like that and you're stretching it out into 5 movies, you're going to get not so much stuff in one movie. It's kind of feel like the Hobbit movies. Remember Hobbit, the second episode?
Yeah.
Second movie?
Mm-hmm.
Stretching it out.
You're stretching it out so much that you're kind of watering down each thing. So, honestly, it needed a little bit more content. The characters were not as connectable as what I thought characters should be as. I did think there was a few characters that you really... 1 or 2 characters that you really like, and the rest kind of get forgotten. So... it was a good attempt. I think it's going to do well in the markets. I don't think it's going to do very well on overseas other than in Europe. But we're going to see this movie make some money for the Warner Brothers Studios. I'm going to give it, am I going to give a rating now?
Yeah, sure.
Or should I wait until you guys do your final rating?
No, give it a rating right now.
So I would give it a 7, an easy 7 out of 10. Like, just for what it is.
7 what?
Kleptoplatypuses.
Kleptoplatypus is cool.
Look at that platypus. Right.
Let's go with Tommy next.
Ooh.
Final thoughts.
If you give it a 10, I'm gonna go crazy.
Harry Potter was first introduced to us, so the whole world was the first thing we saw. When this movie came out, you already knew about magic, you already knew about all that stuff, so it wasn't as mesmerizing because people saw 8 films of this same shit. So that already takes, handicaps the movie. So, but if you've never seen Harry Potter, if you've never seen any of this wizarding stuff, and you see Fantastic Beasts for the first time, I promise you're going to be like, holy shit, this is an awesome movie.
It would have been a different movie because it had to establish the magic world.
Exactly. And this is, so if you remove the factor of Harry Potter and what you've known and perceived in that sense, this is actually a very good movie. And for this reason, I give it a 9 out of 10.
Holy shit.
I think
No, go for it. Pedram,
I was gonna rebuttal what Tommy said is that actually the fact that this is coming after Harry Potter and giving you more story in the established world of Harry Potter has so much opportunity because Sohail brought up the example of The Hobbit. The Hobbit was stretching one book, but the whole thing is that book had a story and it was stretching that story. Whereas Fantastic Beasts has no story. So again, you have so much opportunity to do whatever you want.
I mean, they just told us there's this whole American school that's like Hogwarts. How many others are there?
Yeah, so
how many worlds are there? What else?
My
There's
thing
another
is,
sport.
Again,
so
there's
much shit.
There's so much opportunity. That's the whole thing. Regardless of the established world of Harry Potter, which again, it's a good build. It lets you know, okay, that's there. You know it. Here's more about it.
Yeah.
How's that a bad thing?
You're gonna need a lot more. But the thing is that you got a little bit of a base painting, but a lot of people dislike just base painting. It just make money for money's sake. You need to give me more in the first movie, because I don't like just taking a little bit of paint with some water on it and saying,
Yeah,
here
but the
we
problem
go.
is if you give them everything,
and then you have
then
to pay
they
for
want like
then I have to pay for
extraordinary in
7
the next
minutes.
one.
I don't want extraordinary. Give me some more stuff.
Hey
in
man,
it.
this stuff in this movie takes a certain level of drug addiction to figure out and come up with. So
There is a book.
take from this and go even more.
I know what you're coming with. You're talking about the things that she came up with in her head for the characters. Yeah. That's one thing. I do think that the movie has its good points in it. It was very fanciful. You got a lot of fantasy in it. It's cool New York in 1920, 1930. You're looking at that. Its comedy level is high.
It's very good.
So, but the thing is, where I don't agree with you is that it's not like an amazing, better than any of the Harry Potter movies, because Harry Potter has difference. And we can't really compare them because they're not the same thing. But what I'm trying to explain to you is it's not better than Harry Potter.
I also agree with that one.
Yeah. So
there's only one dynamic that makes it better than Harry Potter for me, and that's always I hate.
You like
movies.
the character. If you like the character, it's different.
No, not that. I hate the character where they build up I'm gonna defeat him, and then they fucking come up short. That's what I hate the most. But whereas this one, there's moments where like, oh man, is he gonna get out? And then he gets epically, you're like, all right, cool. But then in Harry Potter, a lot of times, no, he doesn't. Someone else saves the day or does something, and he's just like a victim.
Well, that's part of Harry Potter's luck,
which is it's so stupid.
Did you give it a rating, Pedram?
I have not given it a rating. I was gonna give it a rating of 8 out of 10. I just wish there were more references to, Harry Potter, because there's just so much to draw from. And I forgot there was one more thing that I didn't like about it. I forgot though, but it just, I remember one of my biggest, it was Colin Farrell's acting too. That's kind of rude. So.
Cool.
But
so
yeah.
8 out of 10.
It was 8 out of 10 Elder Wands.
Okay.
Oh,
awesome.
nice.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, William, your thoughts?
Wait, did Tommy give it a rating?
Yeah,
No,
he
he
did.
did not.
He did, didn't he?
Oh, he did. 9 out of 10.
Oh wow, he went high.
It's 9 out of 10 shillings.
Well,
shillings.
there's one thing I could say about this movie is it's very dark, and I think that was a little bit too much to its detriment, because Harry Potter had Hogwarts, and there was like a sense of wonder about Hogwarts. They had the stairwells, and I mean it's a little dark, but I mean it has a sense of wonder. Well, in this, you're just in New York, and you have that little, I don't know what it was. It was like a special part of that building that's just magic, and it's kind of similar
the Congress
to Hogwarts.
They're like the Ministry.
They're Ministry of Magic.
Ministry of Magic.
American Society of Magic.
But it was still very dark, and there's people being murdered there, or about to get murdered.
It's the
and,
government.
I mean, still,
It's not a
Chill.
school.
just because
Tommy, chill.
I mean, it was still crazy, intense, dark, and it had no
It has
sense
to
of
be.
wonder to it. I mean, the parts that they were trying to establish a sense of wonder was just a briefcase, and that worked for me. But like the fruit scene, I mean the baking scene, that fell flat for me. That's like trying to establish a sense of wonder, and that fell flat for me. But the actual beasts, I like that part. So overall rating of this movie, I like the characters. I really like Newt. I don't like the girl characters, but I like Jacob.
I love Jacob too.
And so I'm going to give it 7 out of 10.
Cool. 7 out of 10 what?
Bad CG fruits. I mean,
Bad CG
baked
fruits.
goods.
I can't agree with you
How
more.
about Jacob? What he baked? Like 7 of his breads.
Oh, that
his
was a good
pastries.
bacon.
Honestly, Jacob's character is, if that guy doesn't get more movies or maybe even more scenes or even like a little comedy show, it would be great. But I don't know. That was the best character in the movie by far. But go ahead, Ellie.
I was gonna say, how about 7 out of 10 bank loans?
Ooh.
Baked loaves.
That's a good one.
That hits home. That hits a little close to home for me.
My turn
You had
now.
felt
Yes.
baked ones?
All right.
Bank loans, yeah.
Anti-muggle sex.
Oh, wow. So my thoughts. Okay. Overall, I thought it was a great movie. I enjoyed it. But it's definitely one of those movies. There's different types of movies where it's so centered on characters or it's the environment. In this case, I think it's the environment. It's not character development, definitely. Maybe it's based off because it's from a book that doesn't have this kind of story. So with that being said, I do enjoy a lot the environment. It brings you back to that magic world. And correct me if I'm wrong, this takes place in the 1920s?
1926.
1926,
So
almost
late
1930, yeah.
Okay, so if we remember during that time, it was a whole entire like smuggling, this whole entire era where it's just they're smuggling goods, this and that. Exactly, speakeasies. So that's where I got that dark side, the whole mafia kind of feel to it. That's what I got out of it. So it made sense. I got into this environment. I got into this world. Characters, yeah, they were good. We had a villain. We had a hero. It all made sense.
Mm-hmm.
Where was I going with this? But yeah,
Not to Hogwarts.
It has its reference to Hogwarts. It has its reference like it belonged to that world.
I love it. Yeah.
And I do like that a lot.
They had some fun with that Hogwarts reference. You know, it was in the trailer, I think, where he said, you know, Hogwarts is the best school.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had that debate. So it's definitely one of those movies where it's based off the environment. And I did get into the whole magical creatures. That's what the whole movie it's about is Fantastic Beasts and where to find them. That is the title. It's not like the character. What is his name again? I already forgot. Newts. It's not Newts in the Fantastic Beasts. It's Fantastic Beasts and where to find them. So it's not going to be on the character focus. So with that, I would give it an 8 out of 10 because it does have a story. It makes sense. And you are into this world, but is it better than Harry Potter? It's story-wise with character? I do not think so. It's not quite there. So we all disagree with Tommy. I'm sorry.
We all do.
And if
you are entitled to your opinions.
Yeah,
8
exactly.
out of 10 what?
8 out of 10. Well, I said pastries earlier, so I'll stick with those. With Jacob's pastries, the only character I can remember the name is Jacob, which is a fantastic character.
How do you forget a name like Newt?
I don't know. It's like Newt. I don't know.
Newt Gingrich.
That,
like
I was going to say,
salamander.
that ruined it for me.
Animals,
Newt
Newts.
Gingrich.
Newt Skylanders.
The movie and our average rating for that movie is a 7.8 with everyone's ratings in there.
Cool.
Average
So-
out to 8.
Very
So
good.
let's
Average out
just
to 8.
average. So it's a pretty good rating, guys.
That's a pretty good rating.
All right, next
So
topic.
go watch it.
Lots and lots of stuff in that movie, so pay attention.
So with that, Ellie,
We're going into topic number 2.
Now that we've established that the movie is better than Harry Potter, let's go that one.
Shut up.
Second topic of the week, Watchdogs 2.
so some background history, guys. It's 2013. PlayStation 4 and Xbox One haven't been released yet. We're anticipating the higher specs that these are going to provide for games, and Ubisoft comes in E3 to show off Watchdogs, and it looks amazing. The graphics are really good. You're seeing for the first time some like hacker abilities in an open world game, and you see a lot of cars, a really inviting open world. And then 1 year later, we see the same game come back. It's been downgraded in visuals. And then another year later is delayed, doesn't even come out with the launch of the consoles. And everybody's disappointed by this game.
I know this whole story. I remember listening to this whenever people got really pissed off with Ubisoft for saying, hey, why did you guys downgrade the graphics? Why'd you do this? Why'd you do that? You promised us this game, and the game doesn't look like that.
Yeah, and part of the problem is it was between consoles. So it was released at the same time on 360 and PS3 as PS4 and Xbox One.
Yep, exactly.
So jumping into Watch Dogs 2, this is released only for PS4 and Xbox One, and it looks amazing, I think. I think it looks even better than Grand Theft Auto 5.
You're talking about Watch Dogs 1?
I'm talking about Watch Dogs 2.
Watch Dogs 2 does looks good, but I don't think it looks better than...
I think it looks as good or almost as good.
I don't think it looks better than...
I don't think it looks better, but I do think it looks good. It doesn't look better. I think it looks good, though. It looks good.
Well,
I'll tell you that much.
As someone that hasn't played any of those other games, this is just Watchdogs 2 for me. I didn't play Watchdogs 1. I think the graphics are pretty well done. Yeah, there's a few, like, kind of, they could have done better.
There's a lot of glitchiness to it, but I'm not going to say anything about that. The graphics are good, though.
Yeah, so
graphics
for
are
an open world, it's fine.
They're definitely
they're better.
Huge step up from Watch Dogs 1.
Here's the thing. What they showed us as a trailer is closer to what they provided to us. So when they did Watch Dogs 1 in the EA trailer, that was really good from the original. When the original trailer came out.
Yeah, I think that original trailer still looked better than this game.
Yeah, that original trailer looked better than games that are coming out now.
Did they say? I don't remember if the original trailer was an in-game engine.
They said it was in-game.
Oh, they lied their ass
they're
off.
lying ass bastards.
Fucking EA.
But when they went back and they broke that down, I remember them saying there was a lot of smoke effects in it. They took out. There's a lot of lighting effects they took out. They took a lot of stuff out.
There was, what was it called? Blur from faraway objects.
Yeah, they did a lot of things to it, and then they said that's it. But that really looked good. Everyone was like, "Wow, this game's gonna run on PlayStation 4 like this. This is gonna be amazing." But Watch Dogs 2 promised something and delivered with that promise, so it looked good. It's just hard to gain people back when Watch Dogs 1 had such a bad reputation.
Well, it didn't deliver in everything, at least not on launch. Launching, the seamless multiplayer areas did not actually...
seamless?
the seamless multiplayer, so that means hacker invasion, so people coming in and hacking you. And they also put in a new mode, which... like in GTA, when you have 5 stars and you have a lot of heat on you from the cops, people will be randomly match made with you and hunt you down with the cops.
Right.
So I thought that was like it's a really cool feature. And now it finally works, but it didn't at launch. So a lot of people jumping into it when it first came out didn't experience that the way it should.
So is it basically rewarding people to basically take down people who take a lot of heat?
Basically, it gives you a reward for that, but it's like a way to get people to play with each other.
Right.
Like it's like you play against a real player instead of playing against AI.
I tried it out. I had a chance to try it out since now it's working, and I thought it was really fun. Just randomly, it tells you there's a person that has a high bounty and you can see them on the map.
Yeah, just
and
like
if you want
GTA.
over there, Ellie and I were collecting stuff. And some guy was just running past, and it said he had a bounty on him. And then he looked at me, and I looked at him, and he was like, "Oh my god!" And then I shot him with the shotgun, and he was dead.
the seamless.
And it was just seamless. It
is seamless. Now it's seamless. And I remember I was running around in the game. In the original game, you were able to be hacked. In the Watch Dogs 1, you were able to be hacked by just a random player. Mm-hmm. In this one, you're able to do it too. But I was in the middle of a mission. I remember I was in the middle of a mission. Because it says you had to go somewhere and break into this place, and all of a sudden it says someone's hacking you. I'm like, what the hell? What's going on right now?
They made it so where it doesn't disturb you as much in this game, though. You can kind of ignore it if you want to.
I don't like that feature. It comes from Dark Souls, and it's a stupid feature.
What do you mean?
What is that?
So in Dark Souls, it's mostly a solo game, but there, you can enable it that other people can come into your instance and just basically just murder you and ruin you and your progression in the story.
Yeah, well, in the first one, they had it where people can hack you, and then basically you have this multiplayer reward system if you are able to defend yourself in multiplayer, if you're able to beat people in this multiplayer mode, which actually took out, it's like a death match. Basically they took that out completely. There's no longer that in the game at all. You would get different rewards. In this, it doesn't affect you at all. It doesn't even matter. You can say I don't give a crap and just walk away.
Yeah,
I think they need to keep the RPG and open world solo experience of it away from the multiplayer. I just think that should be how they proceed.
This game reminded me of The Sims.
Why do you always say that?
I love The Sims, and I actually have more fun exploring the city and collecting things. And I haven't even gone through the actual storyline as far because I'm collecting things and then getting distracted by all the gamesters and cholos and stuff. So,
well, that's another thing they added is the open world is a lot more. There's a lot more in the open world that you can interact with, and a lot more. They set it up to where random stuff will happen more often. Like random encounters will happen and other stuff like that.
I've seen that.
They also expanded on the hacking system. And the first one was all about line of sight. You see something, you can hack it. You have to go through the cameras so you can hack it. And now They give you a little RC car. They give you a drone. And there's physical hacks. You have to be able to get your little RC car to actually go physically hack something. You don't. It's not just about seeing stuff now. So
the physically connected to that.
Yeah, I thought that was a great addition because line of sight's kind of stupid. That's not how hacking works.
Right.
So I thought it was really cool that they added the RC car and the drone.
Yeah, I think that was more like a push because a lot of people think drones and RC things are really cool right now too. But
yeah,
I think that the game has got some really interesting concepts that it's coming out with political conversation. But if you're listening to it, it's really.
I mean, that was all in the last one too.
The last one too, but this one's got more like current stuff. It's really connected to Anonymous. It's really connected to other items like social anxiety of the current, generation that we have and what's going on with us and how we're technology connected and they're going against it. It's really interesting and I think it's really fun. And they even Ubisoft makes fun of themselves in this game because you can hack Ubisoft and steal a trailer
and leak their game.
You can leak a trailer from them by hacking.
Ubisoft San Francisco.
So that was really fun and I think that was really something that they put in there. And I think that trailer was like Space Trucking or Space Truckers or something like that.
Yeah.
It was an early on game that they probably updated the graphics for it. But
that's pretty cool.
The game is really fun. I liked it. I enjoyed it.
So Watchdogs 1 was very dark. Main character was a straight up murderer, had like no personality. He just had that grungy voice. Watchdogs 2 kind of pays more of an homage to Hackers, the movie, if you've ever seen it. So it's about this group of friends that hacks things and have crazy personalities. And
one of those gosh,
crazy personalities.
So there's that character in this new one, the girl. I don't know why they always make hacker girls look like crazy psychos. Like I don't know, she looked like a psycho to me.
Well, Angelina Jolie in Hackers,
she's a psycho too. Yeah, it's like I don't understand. I guess since like the beginning of time, that's how they're all supposed to look like.
I mean, going back to. Crazy. I mean, there was kind of stereotypes in their characters.
Yeah.
So when they first introduce, again, typical hacker girl that always like really really loner nerdy guy. Well, they're all nerds, but that like loner socially awkward guy, that flamboyant guy.
She's supposed to be the artist, Ellie. She's the one that does the artist for the Dead Set group.
Still, the artists don't. Some artists dressed in all black.
Goth artists?
No, not exactly goth. Like there's like example, Michael Kors, designer. He's always dressed in black. He is a designer. He has knowledge of pattern of like just and he just decides to dress all black. There's just like artists like that. So
some people like having more expression in the way they dress than Andy Warhol,
I guess. But even like, for example, Elliot from Mr. Robot, I don't feel like he is exactly the most typical hacker. He doesn't look exactly that nerdy. He looks like a normal guy from like just, well,
Mr. Robot, that's going more for the dark angle that Watchdogs 1 had. This one is more like the upbeat, crazy personality, fun-loving hackers where they troll each other.
Hackers, the movie.
Getting to the gist of this, these characters were much more lovable. I mean, not lovable, more.
They definitely had a lot more personality,
and you connect with them better than you did with Aiden Pierce in the first one. And Aiden Pierce, you did connect with, but his is more like a family line. There's like a family story.
I gotta defend my family,
and then this one is more like you're playing as a character and you're doing things, and the things that he's doing there's more fun behind it. There's more things going on. There's other characters that have personality in it that you got to connect to. And you find characters in there that are really well developed, and they're developed with their personalities and their backgrounds and stuff like that. It's much better than Watch Dogs 1. You have that guy.
They introduced a new villain in this too. That's the head of Bloom. Mm-hmm. And he also kind of heads Invite, which is Facebook basically, a little bit. Like he has a lot of influence in that. So this character is a yoga guy. He remind me a lot of the yoga guy from Grand Theft Auto 5.
Yeah,
he has a man bun.
Exactly.
And he's the new villain, and I liked him. He was a good character to introduce. The last one, I mean, there was no any real villain that I even remember. It was like that forgettable. But this one's actually pretty memorable. He has a man bun, so you immediately hate him.
Oh, I haven't gotten that far yet to see him.
You see him in the very beginning of the game, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate him. Yeah,
he's the jogger in the very beginning.
Already hate him.
He looks at the character's phones. Oh, yep, got all your information. Okay, bye.
Yeah, but I was gonna say something about the main character, Marcus. Yeah, I kind of like that. His character is kind of ghetto and thinks about brothers and this and that, and about how he's not really like a tech guy that's like geeky, goofy.
Yeah.
He's got like a soul brother kind of vibe going with him. He's like really into his culture and stuff like that,
And parkour.
and running.
That's a typical, so that's why I like him.
Yeah, soul guy who does parkour, and he's awesome at combat and hacking. That's
But he's not like and he's not like a typical nerd. That's the thing. He's not like a typical nerd or a geek. He's just like into certain things, and his character isn't like typecast. You feel like, oh my, I didn't know people like this were hackers, but there it is. There's got to be.
Yeah.
So I thought that was really cool that they expanded on that.
They also did a lot more like plussing, like animation's a lot better in this game. In the last game, Aiden, he would just be using his phone. That's it. Now, whenever you pull out your drone or your RC or you hack a camera, your character is not on the phone anymore. He actually pulls out his laptop from his backpack and he sits down. He's actually on his laptop typing. And there's a lot of new animation and clothing animation. They did a really good job with the environment and the way the characters look.
Just like how The Sims developed from having this very simple thing, and then with the latest Sims, you're able to just see all this magical stuff move and interaction. And
I kind of miss Sims 1 and Sims 2. It's good days.
I think Sims 2 was maybe my favorite. It's like where you can get them impregnated with an alien.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, I forgot about that.
They took it away.
That's kind of a weird reason, like Sims 2.
It's a weird fantasy to have. Yeah.
Don't get in the way of her and her love of being.
I will.
Alien impregnation?
Let me repeat what you said. You said I liked Sims 2 because you can get women impregnated with alien babies.
No, you can get any Sim impregnated.
Male.
Oh, even male. Oh, really?
Even
what?
the male.
Even
yes.
babies.
Where does
I
the baby
did
come
not
out of
know
their
that.
butt?
I did not know that.
I don't know.
Remember
well,
in
the Sims,
Sims they
you don't see that.
spin and the baby comes out.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
Spin
So-
around.
In
Fell out
that
of their
universe,
butt.
it doesn't matter.
I like the graphical improvement, but anyway.
All right, so one thing about Overwatch, I didn't play Overwatch 1, so I can't compare it to that one, but I can compare it to other...
Watchdogs?
Sorry.
Overwatch?
I don't know why I said Overwatch. Watchdogs, I didn't play Watchdogs 1, but I kind of can compare this to other games I played, like, Assassin's Creed, so on and so forth. The controls are not so good.
That's the one thing I thought they could improve on a little bit, is the learning curve definitely is not there.
It takes a lot, and you'll get used to it. Like, I at first did have trouble, just even driving the car was kind of weird because you have to I don't know, but it gets better.
They could have definitely done the tutorial better.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people struggled with the tutorial because I remember Tommy was like, "Oh my god, I don't know what
It was actually
happened."
frustrating at one point if you didn't understand what
If I didn't tell Tommy about the camera and how he can access another camera, who'd been stuck for an hour.
No. My issue is not that one. Is that so add whatever functionality, whatever button. But the thing is just the controls themselves, character movement, character camera, and interactiveness of all their abilities, for example. That's what I'm it's not so good.
I think they went into this game with that tutorial thinking that people played Watch Dogs 1.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yeah, I think so too.
So they were like, hey, you played Watch Dogs 1, you know what cameras do. So you're like, I don't know what the hell this key card means. I have to hack something else.
Something that's kind of sad though. This game has not sold as well as Watch Dogs 1 so far.
That's sad.
It's very sad.
I guess it's because of the perception.
But it doesn't have as much hype behind it.
Right.
It's launch. So hopefully the word gets out and it starts selling more. That's actually good this time around.
Yeah, people go in and say, "Oh, Watch Dogs 1 sucked." Probably it's gonna suck too.
Yeah,
no, it's actually it's a good. I enjoyed it. It's just my problem was controls, as in character movement, a little bit of a combat action. It's an open world. It needs to be a little bit better.
They could have eased you into it a little bit more.
Also, yes.
Hey, Tommy, you didn't play that much of it, but what did you think first impression?
First impression wise, I liked it. It reminded me a lot of Grand Theft Auto 5 and a bit of Assassin's Creed. There's a combination of both, and that's the obvious that everyone kind of relates to.
There's actually the first one, and Assassin's Creed Black Flag and Watch Dogs 1, they had interlaps. I don't know if you know about that.
No.
There was stuff about Aiden inside Black Flag, inside the little offices, and there was stuff about Assassin's Creed inside Watch Dogs.
I did not know that.
Didn't know that.
So it's kind of the same universe. It might be. Marcus could be an assassin.
You gotta use the
Gosh.
Animus to go back and play as Marcus.
Maybe. But I mean, I like the dynamic of the hacking. When I first heard about it, I was like, okay, how is this gonna work? Are they gonna? Because I never played Watchdogs 1. This is my first time playing this series. So when I saw that, I was, trying to figure out, like, all right, well, are you going to have to go to, like, a keypad? And is there going to be, like, a puzzle you're going to have to figure out for something to unlock?
There are puzzles, but yeah.
How annoying is that going to be? Is it going to be very similar to kind of like Prince of Persia back in the day where you had to figure a lot of shit out with no clues until you, get through what you got to get through? But seeing this, they found a creative way to not only make it interactive to the point where you're not bored, but also they made it so that there's way more versatility in the things you do and how you get around. Definitely the parkour helps. I mean, I know the stereotypical hacker, if you look at it, who are hackers? Most of them are people who just love tech or they love programming. It's not necessarily nerds in general, but it's just people who love that a bit, because hacking in general is very hard. I don't know if you've ever hacked before, but to be able to do it.
Oh, I hack all the time.
Even
Depends on what type of hacking you're talking
even
about.
just coding, especially the level that they're doing. If you look at the beginning load screens, the shit that they're dealing with, that's a whole different level. The patience just to sit there and read that shit is on a whole different area. But
script kiddies.
Well,
That's in the beginning. That was pretty funny, yeah.
But overall, the game looks pretty good. I mean, I like the idea of it so far, where there's this guy and it gets in a group. It actually reminds me a bit of like Mr. Robot, kind of, where there's a team and they try to take down the corporate guy. But I don't know the story.
That's exactly what they're probably pulling a lot of their ideas from. Is like current ideas from movie shows, taking down the corporate machines. Corporate machines are trying to spy on us. So it's an idea.
And to answer your question, Ellie, of why the girl seems to be such a hardcore and all that stuff, is mostly because she's competing in an environment where it's mostly male dominated and the egos are high. So she has to, in a sense, act more, or be more tougher, more cold-hearted, more like intense about everything than they are in order to prove her worth, which is what unfortunately a lot of females do. They do that in the police department, they do it in the military, and anywhere where it's like more male dominant, that's where females feel like, all right, the more dominant and kind of like ruthless I am, the more they'll respect me.
Yeah, because socially awkward nerds have so much ego.
They do on the internet.
Are you trying to tell Ellie how females feel right now?
Yes, I just did it. I'll do it again. And after that, I will write about.
I feel like I need to compete with the males, and I should probably.
It's a good thing you're a hacker, huh?
Yeah.
Oh wait, you're not.
I like it so far. I enjoy the story and I enjoy the game. I played a lot of what Ellie did. I collecting a lot of craziness. I don't know why I'm just collecting things, and I don't know why
it's addicting. It's fun.
I don't know why I keep.
It's addicting.
Calling gangsters on random people.
It's addicting. You enjoy it.
Hey, did you just say it's addicting to collect things on the game?
Shut up, caveman.
Don't compare it to Ark, please.
It's not Ark. So what I like one of my favorite things to do is call a gangster onto a random person that's near a cop, and then have the gangster shoot at me. Or shoot at the guy that they're shooting at, and the cop will be like, what the hell's going on here? And start shooting at the gangsters. Then it starts a gangster cop war that's amazing. So I love that. But
And then you can have them call the police on people and have them arrest people, but then they get confused and just drive away.
That's true. that part of the AI is broken. But if I would say, if you're going to go, here's another thing. Since it's so close to Thanksgiving and Black Friday, if this game does go on sale, buy it. That's another thing
so
I'd
you
say.
like it.
I think it's definitely worth full price, and if it's on discount, steal.
So obviously we know that William likes it. He already got the platinum. He's done.
Oh wow!
What a nerd!
I still play.
What
it.
a nerd!
That's all right. Well, you like it, and tell us how you feel now that you have finished it.
What's that intense look at that?
I don't know, because I'm scared you're gonna go into this hour, but like.
Will,
I already said most of my opinion about it.
Tell us how you feel about it, Will.
It's weird. Don't look at it like that. Well,
I give it an 8 out of 10.
I didn't
so
ask you
far.
for a number rating. You weren't
Well,
paying
it's
attention.
too late. I'm giving it an 8 out of 10.
So that means it's pass.
That means I like it. I mean, I haven't played a whole lot to be able
Dude,
to
you
judge
need-
it that hardcore, but from what I have played, I like it. It seems like
You
a cool
just played
game.
the tutorial, son.
Unfortunately, I feel like it's gonna eventually go down the direction where you're gonna eventually get sick of missions and you're gonna run around, and eventually that'll burn out.
You just play the
what
tutorial.
it, like how you
GTA.
just
How do you
farm
give
the
it-
same exact same shit
Like
on
GTA.
Arc all the time.
Oh my god,
No,
yes.
Listen, I'm gonna call you
There's
out right
freedom
now.
in Ark.
I'm gonna call you out right now. You play the tutorial.
To farm
give it
the
8 out of
same
10.
goddamn
You
shit.
play the tutorial. Give it 8 out of 10. That's not fair. Dude, take your rating back.
Okay, I'll take it back. I give
Would
it a
you play it?
7.9.
Will you continue
This is why I
to play
didn't want to do this because the ratings don't mean shit.
I'll give it a 7.9 for tutorial
No, okay.
because I couldn't read it.
Tutorial.
Oh my god, he's got to smoke
Hey
crack.
Tommy, so would you continue playing this game?
Yeah, I would actually kind of want to know what the story is.
That's cool. So it passes for you.
If you like Mr. Robot, you're gonna love the story.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I want to play it.
So
Intriguing.
finishing the game, I probably would give
I'm
it
not
an
gonna
8
finish it like Will, because life is more than just finishing games and getting
I thought
platinum.
life is Arc, and that's it.
Of course it is. See,
Yeah,
that's what I
life
was
is-
getting
life
to.
is-
Tommy,
uh,
shut up.
Killing penguins.
Tommy, shut up.
So
Go back to sleep.
finishing this game, I'll give the overall rating an 8 out of 10. And the reason that is because I love the game, everything it has to do, but it needs to have multiplayer aspects that actually work on launch. And they could still do a better job with the story and the characters. But it's a huge step in the right direction. And I'm happy with where it's going. And I hope Watchdogs 3 is even better than this.
That's wonderful.
I wonder how they'll up the hacking for number 3.
Ellie, what's your rating?
Well, let's start with Pedram first.
Well,
What do
I
you think?
didn't finish the game either. I was mostly just playing a little bit of a tutorial.
Did it intrigue you though?
It intrigued me a little bit. I would not buy it. I would probably just like rent it from Redbox or something, just play a little bit more. My benchmark of a good open world game like this would be Assassin's Creed Black Flag. So if it can reach that mark, then yes, but if not, because like Assassin's Creed 3 and Black Flag just grabbed me like no other. So I have like high benchmark for games like this. I like, GTA 5 was amazing as well, so I'm a little intrigued. I'm not gonna say I like it, but I'll play a little bit more. Definitely play
And
a
then
little bit
maybe
more.
you'll be intrigued.
Maybe it didn't grab me as much as the other games did.
Imagine if this was in VR.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Ellie, what's your rating?
My rating, well, I can't rate it because I didn't finish it, but I am obsessed with it right now. Just like how I was obsessed with Assassin's Creed's Unity because it was in Paris, I am obsessed that it's in San Francisco right now. It's just like, get a place that I really like and I will be addicted. But like I said, I compare it to Sims, one of my all-time favorite games.
Oh my god, the Sims.
Oh wait, this
Alien
is this
pregnancies.
is in San Francisco?
It's in San Francisco.
Oh, I thought it was in New York for some reason.
No, yeah.
Yeah, Golden Gate Bridge in New York.
I wasn't paying attention that hard.
Of
It's
course you
okay.
weren't.
You'll learn.
He was thinking about his dinosaurs in Ark.
How'd you know?
But no, I really do like the game right now. Like I said, haven't played the story that much into it yet. I've been just busy collecting things, so it's just that I can be entertained for hours. But the story so far, other than like the stereotypical characters in the beginning, I like everything about it. So I'll continue playing, and if I had to rate it based on what I played, which is about like 5 to 6 hours already,
You had a 7.9? I know.
10 out of 10 right now.
Oh wow.
And that's like,
Oh wow.
Jesus.
put aside the graphics and stuff. That's just with every game. But the gameplay and what I can do in it, I give it a 10 out of 10.
Is it 10 out of
high.
10 stolen information by the government?
Yes.
10 out of 10
stolen
Snowdens.
information
10 out of
from the government.
10 out of 10
I
Snowdens.
love that, Tommy. I love that.
10 out of
She's
10
like, "What's
Julian
Snowden?"
Assanges.
So if you haven't seen it already, watch for a video review of the game. And with that, I think next topic.
We're going to go to listener mail.
Listener confession.
So we got some mail, a confession.
What's the confession?
So Spencer Moore writes in. He said to us, I confess that I'm always in a constant debate of, do I fall in the light or dark side of the force? The fact that I'm trying to figure it out or even having this inner debate is maddening.
So my question is Spencer Moore. When you play Mass Effect, do you punch the reporter in the face? Or are you nice to the reporter? That's your answer.
The same thing with like, what decision do you take in BioShock? Do you kill the little sister or do you like let her live?
Or when you're playing Assassin's Creed 1, do you kill everyone on the map or do you just go after the bad guys?
The question here is a lot of other things. So,
Sorry, is that more drastic?
My thing is
Is
that
that more like Psycho, not Dark Side?
Looking about it this way is that if you think about it, where he's making this comment, he thinks either he's on the light or he thinks he's on the dark. His head is beating him up. It's really, everyone's got a little bit of both, right?
Everyone lives in the middle.
Everyone lives in the kind of a weird
That's why
zone.
you're human.
No, not everyone lives in the middle. There's people that are a little bit on the right.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You're pretty light, aren't you?
Not physically. So
no arguments there.
So what I'm gonna say is that you look at it this way. A lot of people, and I don't want to get serious with this at all, but a lot of people go in there and they're like, they have thoughts where they're really positive. There's a lot of people that have these negative, dark thoughts. But if you think about it with the Force and Star Wars, the people that are on the dark side are really selfish in thought. They're not dark, right? They're not really evil people all the time.
Well, they have
selfish in thought.
justifications for what
justification for what
And
they
they're
do.
very
says
emotional.
He wants there to be order,
Well,
and the
Their
rebels want there
emotions
to be
rule them,
freedom.
don't they?
God, I really am stopping myself to going because I'm
Yeah.
a big Star Wars fan. I can talk hours and hours and hours because
Just
I know you can.
cut yourself down.
Jedi and Sith philosophy. The thing is, as Soil said, there's always a moderation and a little bit of both. And everyone, the thing is, you can still be selfish but be a good person at the same time.
That's me.
You look at your self-interest and you still are good to people. So you're still self-interest but good to other people. So that's still possible. But if we're talking about in terms of actual force is not light or dark. Force is just everything. So light and dark are just aspects of it that people draw on. But the thing is, there's the living force. There's the, other aspects of the force. So you put them in together, it's a fine line. But you can walk the both paths of light and dark and just put it together and have a fantastic view of the force.
Like Kyle Katarn. Jedi
Or
Outcast.
Do you think it's just overthinking?
Or like Revan.
You think it's just overthinking? Am I light? Am I dark? Who gives a shit? Just live.
Well, it's easier. Well, it's not as easy as you make it.
No,
to be.
because if he's saying that either I fall in the light or I fall in the dark, I have a constant debate with myself. If you think
And
about
it's
it,
maddening.
and it's maddening. But at the same time, the people
Don't
are,
have a debate.
Yeah, but people are both. So a lot of people have the selfish thoughts. Some people have the emotional thoughts.
It's the angel and the
People
devil on
that
your
are
shoulders.
angry. Yeah, so you got those thoughts. So it is a little bit maddening if you think what you are, but you that's what makes you
Trip the old lady or help the old lady? Which one do I do?
You can be neutral.
Yeah, it can be
You can
great.
be you can be
walk
a
away.
neutral.
You can-
Yeah.
You can be Canadian, yeah.
What?
You can be Switzerland, you mean?
Like, do you help the old lady? Do you not help the or
Do you
like kick the old
You
lady?
help the old lady halfway and
Do you-
say you're on your own the rest of the way.
Do you tell Anakin to drop, or do you not tell Anakin to
Anakin,
drop?
drop.
That's the question.
Do you tell the guy that his car stopped on the train?
Do you say, "I hate you"?
watch him?
Or do you say, "You are my brother, Anakin"?
That's the truth.
Don't get me started.
I hate you. I hate you. Yeah, but at
You
the,
were my brother, Anakin.
the whole thing about
I loved you.
The whole
Dude, all he had to do was kick him like 4 feet into the lava, and it was done.
the whole
that we destroyed the Sith.
thing
join them.
with the light and the dark side of the Force is, I think, the best examples of the light and the dark is from KOTOR 1.
I agree.
I think that was the part where I learned about the light and the dark the best.
I called it, Revan. I called it.
Oh, well, yeah, Revan is one. I think that the best
KOTOR
part,
2 had a lot about the Sith too. You like actually go to that
Sith.
planet where they had their main academy or whatever. it
Korriban.
was. Yeah, Korriban.
Which is now in
Hear more about their
in
culture.
lore is Morabon.
wasn't there
Morabon?
wasn't
In lore, in actual
That
lore,
sounds
canon lore, yes,
retarded
it's
compared
Morabon.
to Korriban.
Sorry, we're going on a tangent a little bit, but in Star Wars, the Clone Wars, for whatever reason, we had so much lore about Korriban, they decided to make it Morabon for whatever reason. So
Oh, that's weird.
wasn't the KOTOR 1 where you went to a Sith temple?
in KOTOR 1,
You went to a Sith temple, right? I remember you going to
I may be mixing it up in my head, but I remember in KOTOR 2, I believe it was, you have you actually go to Korriban and you see like this big, huge thing where there was tons of Siths being in training and it didn't work out, and they had this big story to it. But in KOTOR 1, I think maybe you go to a temple.
You go to Korriban and KOTOR 1 as well.
I think you go there in KOTOR 1, but you're going to like a Sith Academy and you're trying to join.
I don't remember where it was.
I had a question about the Force.
Yes.
Just real quick. Just kind of maybe considered off topic-ish, but could one use the Force to hammer in a nail?
Yes, but you would have to have the nail really far away before it got to its destination.
Why?
Because it needs to have, what do you call it, inertia.
Wait. So
isn't a Force like a thing that pushes, though? Isn't it like an invisible kind of feat?
No, actually, if you put it that way, yeah. If it's able to push somebody from stationary position to like immediately to far away,
maybe he's not even thinking about it that way. You could just you could hold the nail in place and then hold the Force with the hammer and go ding 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 ding.
No, but that's not how the Force works. That's not how it works.
I was thinking you just kind of push it and just
but no, you can technically use a concussive force of the Force and hammer the nail in.
You can do that. But what I meant to say is that you said, can you hammer a nail into the... This is a weird question there. So if you want to hammer a nail into the wall, you could.
Using the Force.
But there's no actual hammer.
The Force would get in there.
What kind of force is what we're talking about? You can put a physical force?
No, he's talking about the Force.
Okay, damn.
The thing to answer Spencer, how he's saying, or not answer, but how he's saying that he's having a constant debate if you fall in the light or dark side of Force. I think he should be having a bigger debate on should he write a paper on the fact that he knows the Force and can figure out which side to even fall on.
That's
a Nobel Peace Prize thing right there.
Do you feel the Force?
Ta-da.
Not everyone will feel the Force.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is,
this guy's Force sensitive. Otherwise, he would not be talking about this.
Obviously.
One thing I would say to Spencer is that, Spencer, I would like to be your Padawan.
Also,
okay.
He feels the Force. He's a Force sensitive. I want to learn.
Do you stab your dad in the stomach?
If Spencer Moore has not chosen you, he will not choose the Force will guide him to you.
Where's this going?
So Spencer, choose the light side and come teach me a bunch of Force stuff.
Do you pay the hooker with real money or Monopoly money?
Monopoly.
Do you stab your dad in the stomach and then watch him die and throw him down a giant tube, or do you just cry? And
I don't think that's how it works.
What is that reference to?
Kylo.
I mean, you identify as a Kylo, I do believe, right? I mean, there was like times where Kylo...
Wait, this is a good question. So who do you identify yourself with if you would choose like a Star Wars character in the known universe?
In the known universe?
Yeah, and then
are we not talking about...
We're not talking about extended or anything. Because extended, you could be like, yeah, I identify with Jar Jar Binks' uncle, Quan Colin Binks. I'm like, okay, what the fuck?
Oh, go frick yourself. Don't even bring him in here.
Okay, so Tommy, who do you identify yourself? This is a weird question. I just kind of went there.
Okay, so I guess you could consider this the question of the week then.
No, we have another question of the week. This is
we have another one?
This is more fun.
All right, well, this is just a random question.
Wait. And can I say, after you choose yours, I would like to say who I think you would fit as. Go ahead.
Oh.
I swear to God, if you say Jar Jar Binks' boss,
I'm not
kick your ass from this side to the other.
I thought this was what you were going to go with.
Me so think we be the friends.
Go with it.
Who would I identify? Fuck. Probably...
You can also go with the current, the new Force Awakens if you want.
I can't really tell because the characters, there's no...
You don't know who you identify with?
No, I can't. There's no person... They're very like one or the other.
There's no... No.
Can I...
There is in between.
Can I choose...
Qui-Gon Jinn. He's a great Jedi. He's in between.
He's not in between.
He is in between. He's a great Jedi.
Can I choose who you would be?
He's a fucking light.
No, he's a great Jedi.
Tommy would be child Anakin, because child Anakin is lost, and most of the time very confused. And this is what Tommy is like for me. He's not boss nass,
and I'm very excitable.
And he's also
duck.
How's it drop? All right, William, go ahead.
My nose is a drop. Wait, what?
Knows how to drop.
Knows how to drop.
If you don't know what the Anakin drop thing, you have not watched. You said your favorite movies were the prequels.
I'm gonna
Continue.
punch him in the face.
Go ahead, Will.
Well, I like the new Star Wars.
Wampa from Empire Strikes Back.
Wampa.
You're the
Which
Wampa?
Wampa though?
You guys
There's
need to
only-
get off my
Oh, there's only one. Yeah. I don't know
get
why
out of
it's
my
Wampa.
area. Otherwise, I'm gonna hang you upside down from ice. I hate you guys.
I already cut off your.
I would say William is Wedge. Continuing on.
Wedge Antilles?
Yeah, Wedge Antilles.
I'm gonna wedge it right in there.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Always support role.
I'm always the one that's
He's
responsible for everything, but
he's-
never get any of the credit.
He's
That's correct.
He's
Wedge Antilles.
R2D2.
I
Okay.
was gonna say Tommy's a C3PO.
So he doesn't know, but he doesn't know jack shit.
I don't care enough.
C3PO doesn't know jack shit either. He just knows
he
like
is a little. He
6
is
million
whiny though.
languages.
He
Yeah,
is
that's the only
whiny.
thing.
All right, he's
What?
whiny.
What?
Oh,
Hey, where's this going?
okay, Ellie, go ahead. You can be a boy too if you want.
Yeah, I'll be a boy.
Since there's only 3 female characters.
It's kind of interesting. As you guys were talking, I was just thinking, and I think I do identify with Kylo a lot. I mean, I feel.
Okay, guys, back your chairs
I
up.
feel okay. I feel like I belong
The
to the
nearest
dark
exit.
side. I really do. And then like I feel like Kylo, like he was just in the debate that I'm not good enough. I have to help the dark side. I have to do all this, and I just don't feel good enough. And then all of a sudden, my dad's there. I could like kind of, but then I don't want to because I want to be good. And so I feel like I identify with Kylo. Like I belong somewhere, but yet I'm trying to be pulled somewhere else.
Are you encouraging Spencer Moore to go to the dark side?
Perhaps.
Oh.
But and like I identify with Kylo, but I my inner self am a rebel, so it doesn't make sense. So
Are you having an internal conflict with yourself?
I'm like a dark sider in the rebel
So you're
alliance.
Anakin episode 3?
What?
You're Anakin episode 3?
Sure, yeah.
Fighting with
Yeah.
yourself?
I would say,
Pretty much.
Ellie, you are the bounty hunter in episode 2,
Boba Fett.
The Clone Wars. Not Boba Fett.
No.
You are the one that tries to kill Amandala with those sluggy things inside the room, but you have a mask on and you're actually a lizard person.
Oh, yeah. That guy.
You're,
that
you're
girl.
the 454th stormtrooper, the one that was in the back.
The reason I
who got
chose this
shot randomly by Jar Jar Binks. That's the one.
Can I explain it?
Explain.
So the reason why is you're deadly, but
Lord knows.
you have a secret mission always. Some kind of secret mission.
Why couldn't I?
Okay.
Why couldn't I have gone?
And you speak
the,
another language.
The techno guy from the techno army. I love that guy.
Look, I'm
The tooth guy?
No, the guy that is like the techno army is like the techno army.
That's a tooth guy. He looks like a tooth.
Oh,
His head looks like a tooth.
well, he's a robot. Ish.
I know who you're talking. I know. We'll
Is he a
look him up.
cyborg? I don't know.
We'll look him up together. He looks like
You
a
know
damn
what?
tooth.
I think I can say that I'm more like Yoda.
No, you're a baby.
No,
Anakin.
you're not
You are a
Yoda.
baby Anakin.
You're not.
I'm more like Yoda because
No, listen.
there's meaning behind my way of thinking that you guys will.
There's
think,
no meaning
"Yeah,
behind
Hey,
anything.
at
we
least-
figured it
Hey,
out.
listen, we can go deep
At
and
least
dark
not
on this.
Wedge. Wedge gets to like.
Hey,
Wedge
listen,
didn't do
you're
anything.
even more deeper. I can go deep in your shit because listen, baby Anakin didn't know who his dad is. You don't know who your dad is either.
Oh,
Bang.
shit.
Aren't you my dad? Oh,
No,
Oh.
I'm too young to be your goddamn dad. Relax.
you look old as fuck.
No, that'd be
am
really
your
funny
father.
though. Anakin
Test
drop.
tube, baby.
Pretend you're still baby Anakin.
Still baby Anakin.
What did you want to be
I'm
again?
Jesus.
Oh yeah, but I always thought he was Jesus too.
Baby
Go ahead.
Jeebus.
You just called me
Pedram.
Jesus.
And I'll
Wait,
go last.
hold on. But if I'm baby Anakin and she's episode 3 Anakin, are we the same person?
She's not Anakin.
She's not Anakin.
Oh my
She
God.
chose Kylo.
Wait, you're my granddaughter? Or son?
Grandson.
You have such long hair for. Okay, continue.
Are you okay?
Yes.
Do we have to stop? you,
Okay,
baby
I
Anakin?
am.
Okay, let's move on. Baby Anakin gets very excited.
Good,
Let's
I
move
feel.
on.
Your choice is.
Are you an angel?
What was your choice again?
Dude.
Should Tommy be Watto?
Who?
Chub
I
Watto.
think Tommy is Watto.
You are Watto.
Who the fuck is Watto?
If you don't know, you don't even know. Continue, Pedram.
I think I'm that one guy. What's that?
Chet
Watto.
Watto.
Who's that black guy who was a smuggler with Han?
Lando.
Lando. There you go.
You're not
There's-
Lando.
I'm always
Lando.
trying to get a deal.
You're not suave
Yeah.
as
I'm
at
lying.
all.
That's you. You're always trying to get a deal. $20 vacays. Go ahead.
Oh my god. Pedram.
I hate that I cannot go into the expanded universe, but if
It's because not many people know.
You
That's
want to be
why.
a princess? Is that what it is?
Huh?
You can be Leia. You feeling special?
I'm not that hot actually. So,
Okay.
I would probably identify with Qui-Gon Jinn. I always see myself someone in the middle. I always try to like.
That's true.
Well, the thing is, Qui-Gon Jinn had this like thing about like the life force. I'm not really that into nature, but I just
cut the grass. It's whatever.
I have a very special connection with him because he has a green lightsaber. I like that, but also is that again he walks that middle path. He doesn't always agree with everything that he's told by the Jedi Order.
He walks the Spencer Moore path.
That's the path I want Spencer Moore to walk.
Spencer Moore would be Qui-Gon Jinn.
The thing is, that's the path I want him to walk. The thing is, Qui-Gon Jinn never listens completely and never like just takes order from the Jedi Order, and I feel that's me. I always question things.
I figured out who I am. I'm Luke.
You're Watto. Shut up.
I'm Luke.
Why would you go Luke? Because you want to be the main character?
No,
selfish like any other person, like baby Anakin.
Also, another thing is that
you want to race on it.
Oh, okay. So
do you want me to go with who I think you are?
Yeah.
Okay. You remind me of Han Solo a little bit. That's all I have to say.
Han Solo?
Because he likes to hit up the ladies. He proclaimed that earlier. He said he was a man slut. That's what.
We actually went there.
He said that. You said that. It came out of your mouth.
It was off the record, sir.
Okay, so then I am.
It all comes out when you have the VR porn on. Sorry.
Ellie's favorite portion. Ellie's favorite portion of the night. If I had a choice between anybody in all of Star Wars, I would choose myself as the black man with the ice cream blender in his hand running through Cloud City. Reason is, I don't have any objective with my life. And all I want to do is eat ice cream.
Wait, you would be who?
Did you never watch this?
Say it again. I didn't hear it.
There's a black guy in freaking episode 6. Is it 4 or 5?
5 is Cloud City.
5 in Cloud City. So I don't know why I said 6. 5. And you know the guy with the weird headset, the white guy that's bald that looks like Patrick Stewart?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Behind him, while there's like a scene, there's a black guy running with like an ice cream mixer. Like a literal ice cream mixer.
You want to know who you actually are?
Well, you can do mine. I'll let you go.
But the thing is, can we believe Tommy?
You're an Ewok.
No.
Okay. I'm an Ewok. Why?
You're Wicket?
I don't speak. Do I not speak English?
You are an Ewok.
Why is he an Ewok?
Because it's the most annoying fucking species in the entire universe.
That's rude.
Ewoks are annoying.
But the Ewoks.
I would say he's honestly R2D2.
Oh, that's messed up.
Because he knows a lot of shit, and he always seems to have the solution at the very last moment. He's
I
like,
could see that.
actually, this is the actual solution.
Believe
We're
I
like,
can't-
what the fuck?
I can't believe you didn't go like Jabba the Hutt or some shit.
It's because I'm nice.
I agree that he.
Don't be nice.
That's why I'm
That's why I'm
Luke.
I agree that Sohil would be very much like R2 because he's always stuck helping everybody.
That's messed up.
That's
nice.
That's true. Yeah, I agree.
That's messed up that he didn't say I was Jabba the Hutt. That's messed up, man.
I think it's more like a combination of C-3PO and R2D2.
That's messed up.
Because he talks too much, but always ends up helping everybody.
He talks
You're a
too much.
robot.
He's always worried about
He's a fucking robot. He has no emotions.
And I have hidden tools in my body that no one's ever seen, like in episode 1, episode 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is true.
Jetpacks. When the hell did he get jetpacks?
Or
It broke down over time, okay?
Okay, yeah. But anyway, let's move on. So it's about Spencer. Choose your path based on your life. Do good, and good things will happen to you. Who
Be like
says that?
Qui-Gon Jinn.
Be like Qui-Gon Jinn.
Oh, wait.
Yes.
Good news. Do what Forrest Gump says. Life's like a box of chocolates.
Live
You never
is
know
a
what you're gonna
like
get,
a
right?
What the hell does that have to do with the Force?
I don't know what it has to do with the
Because
Force,
when you look
but-
at chocolates,
Did we help him though?
question of the week, Will, on Tommy.
Question of the week.
So it's near Thanksgiving. This is probably going to be posted after Thanksgiving, but we are all still celebrating Thanksgiving. So what are you guys thankful for?
I'm thankful for all you guys. You're my friends.
Oh, nice.
And I love you all.
Thank you.
Oh, that was cute.
My loyal friends.
What are you thankful for?
I love how he looked at me and says, my loyal friends. Not you, our special guest, only my loyal friends.
I don't know you that much, Pedro.
Oh, you went with Pedram.
Where are you again? I'm joking.
My favorite part.
His name is Waldo. Thank you.
For the listeners who cannot actually see because this is a podcast, I am wearing a striped shirt. It's red and white stripes. That's why I look like Waldo.
And I found him.
And the only person that's making that joke is Tommy, and everyone else is not listening to that.
If I need something, I can rely on Ellie. If I need something, I can rely on Sohail. If I need something really bad, I can rely on Tommy because I know it's not going to happen if I just need it.
Damn.
Well,
Tommy.
now that you put it that way, it's really ain't gonna happen. You better ask 3 times. Click, click. Ellie, what are you thankful for? Before you stab somebody, Kylo.
and
before
Will?
you say VR porn.
I have no words for that. Just no.
That's the level of shock.
She's like, VR porn.
I have 3 copies.
Stuffing. Chicken.
You say no. That's like the opposite of everything I believe in.
Tofurkey.
Turkey, my dog, my cat that does not exist. I'm just kidding.
So
We'll
go
skip
ahead.
me. I need to think about this one.
Okay, so Tommy, you go. Don't say my Mercedes Benz.
I was gonna say I am thankful for my ability to think freely.
Oh,
Child
nice.
Anakin talking again.
Your ability to think freely.
Yep.
Doesn't everyone have that ability?
Let your brain just soak that sucker in. What are you thankful for?
Shut up, Anakin.
Are you going with me or are you going with Pedram?
Waldo, what are you thankful for?
Oh, Pedram.
For before I say what I'm
Pedram.
thankful for, I was gonna Will, if you want to rely on someone for hookers and blow, right here.
I'm sorry, did you say hookers and blow?
Yeah.
Like a blow job?
I'll keep that in mind, Han Solo. I'll keep that in mind.
I am thankful for
He's gonna need that VR porn though.
I am thankful for that VR experience.
There you go.
There you
VR
go.
porn. He's thankful for VR porn.
That
why are
literally
we
opened
doing-
my eye
Children, listen
to a
to
whole
this.
different.
Do not promote VR porn.
Hey, kids gotta live too.
Hey, wouldn't you rather them have VR porn than going out with an actual hooker and getting AIDS and then dying?
Yeah, that's better.
So VR porn, what?
Think of it as a learning experience for the kid.
Exactly.
Again, I was correct with my choice of an assassin that kills people.
You deserve to die if your mind goes like that straight off.
So wait.
Sorry.
Go ahead, Pedram.
Ellie, given to your
Anyways, I'm sorry. You're thankful for what?
I am thankful for all you guys awesome friends that I enjoy hanging out with and have awesome times. I am thankful for my family that I'm going to be spending time with tomorrow. It's going to be awesome. And I am thankful for
That new lightsaber.
there's things I'm thankful for is just being healthy and happy.
There you go.
That is a good set of thankful things. This is really weird what I'm watching. Will showed me a video of SpongeBob flying across the sky, and something weird happened.
Oh. For our listeners, I would like to just describe this video. For our listeners, we are watching a video of SpongeBob jumping, flying through the air with his pants off.
And an erect
He
penis.
jumps off a diving board.
Dick first going into what's his face?
Squidward.
Dick first going into Squidward.
Who turns into Squidwella.
Squidward.
So, Allie, are you ready with your thankful?
I guess I'll just.
SpongeBob, no!
I was gonna say I'm thankful for you guys in this podcast because it keeps my sanity, but I don't know if that's true today.
What are you talking about? We're not crazy.
I thought you'd be thankful for your alien family.
Well, I was getting
Alien
there.
pregnancy.
I mean, yeah, my alien family that still has to find me in this planet.
So you're not thankful for them because they made
No, they're still remembering every now and then. I'll watch the news and it's like alien sighting or UFO, and it's like cool, they're getting closer. So I'm thankful for that. They're still continuing to look for me. Shut up, guys.
Do you ever get jealous that they're raping other people besides you?
Oh,
No,
what?
no.
Wait, what?
Anal probing.
No, that's hardly done. Calm yourself.
What do you mean it's hardly? How do you know it's hardly
You know how
done?
many people complain about that?
They're just exaggerating.
Is there an actual statistics on how many people complain about that?
About anal probing from aliens?
Yes.
I don't know. Let's ask the expert, Ellie.
No,
Our resident alien.
Well, after of all the
How do your people handle it?
Of all the probing, only anal probing is like really out there because it's kind of like shocking to people. But there's so many other kind where you just go through the ear, the neck. But you know, it's not always just down there.
Is it?
Okay.
I was gonna ask. Is anal probing done the same way that sometimes you have to get, rectal temperature? Is that the reason? Is that kind of the same
They probably put
logic behind
they
it?
probably put it in the butt because the butt's like the biggest hole.
Yeah, that's true. It's a lazy alien.
Now.
Video is for all the bitches.
No.
Oh my God,
No.
So obviously,
He was getting
the nigga
tired.
could leave me alone.
He's getting
Take
tired.
a few pointers from a bitch like me. We gonna call this dick sucking 101.
Are you done?
Oh, he's done already.
Yes, let's move on.
So I'm thankful for this podcast, you guys, and my alien family.
I'm a part of the alien family.
It'd be really weird if you weren't talking about anal probing. Like if you were talking about like Hispanic alien family.
Where's this going?
If nobody understood, if you didn't talk about like, oh, they're gonna find me on this planet, and then you're like, thankful for my alien family in the United States. Like I would have said that. That would have been funny to me. But I'm sorry, I thought that was funny in my head. It was funnier than when I said it. In my mouth.
My God.
Are you guys?
I put my foot in my mouth. I'm Donald Trump tonight. All right, so moving on.
Hey, where's your wall?
Did he say what he's thankful for?
I didn't say what I'm thankful. So I'm gonna say what I'm thankful for. I'm thankful for friends, family, and a healthy life. I'm also thankful for a great. We're almost coming up on our. I want to say we're ending our first year all together and stuff like that.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Season 2. Season 2 is coming up in January. So.
Woohoo.
Season.
I'm thankful for getting on this venture. We don't have a lot of like people following as of yet, but
fuck it, we do it because we like it.
We do it because we like it, and we do it because there's some people out there that listen, and we like them a lot. So we're thankful for you guys. So keep on keeping on.
Yeah, we like you guys.
Life's a garden, dig it.
Thankful for you guys.
Yeah, thank you, listeners, and for sure, we love that Spencer sent us that listener confession.
We're thankful for Spencer.
Yes, thank you, Spencer.
Thank you, Spencer.
I hope you have a great Thanksgiving if you celebrate it, and we would love to hear more from our listeners. Send us more confessions. We would love to hear from you guys.
Try not to be too conflicted.
Who eats
on the turkey?
Turkey. Ew.
I do.
Ew.
We got really quiet.
Wait,
So, yeah,
I'm
it's
sorry.
all
I heard topher.
Tofurkey.
Tofurkey. It's a tofu
turkey.
Tofu based, like it's like in a ball. It's like a ham shape.
I heard abomination.
It's a ham shape. In the center, they put like some stuffing, right?
It's an abomination.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on.
Delicious.
So what's the last
Let's
part?
do the outro.
Well, that wraps up this week's confession. Join us next week for more discussion and opinions on things that pique our interest. If you have any confessions you would like us to discuss, feel free to send it our way. As always, we would like to thank all our listeners and followers for tuning in, supporting us. Share us, like us, review us, whatever you want to do. Every bit helps us grow. And don't forget, you can find our previous episode and bonus content on our website, nerdconfessions.net. This is Nerd Confessions signing off.
See you guys later. Check us out on Nerd
Bye,
Confessions.
guys.
Bye, guys. Have a good one.
Have a great Thanksgiving.
Tofurkey.
Peace, everybody.
Logging out of Nerd Confessions. Connections terminated. Transmission over.
Airbnb is now available for horses.
Horses.
An app called Giddy Up. Giddy Up will be short. Can I start all over? Airbnb is now available for horses. An app called Giddy Up will be found.
We'll find short term.
What? Hey, slow down, breathe.
I know. I'm just trying to.
You're
get
making
through
yourself
this.
nervous.
I'm not making myself nervous. I'm just trying to
Nervous?
get through this. Nervous.
I think the longer it takes, the more difficult it will be for Ellie to read the list.
That's what you sound like.
Ready, set.
Airbnb is now available for horses.
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 These nuts.
He has a nap. Call Giddy Up. We'll be back.
The recommended amount of dedicated wham I
No, I hate that one. Stop playing that one. God damn it.
So there's a Giddy Up app.
Airbnb is available for horses now.
Horses.
Yeah, an app called Giddy Up will be fine. Why is it that we'll be fine?
No,
Just continue.
It's written wrong.
Just continue.
That's why I'm getting. That's why I'm messing up.
Where'd you find this?
Fucking shit! Why can't I read today? Ever.
Cement
Fedora
fucking-
wearing scrub dogs.
Dude, I thought someone was in the room again.
This sounds like your dad.
This sounds like a hallway. Yeah, I thought he came in.
Listen.
You Fedora wearing scrub dogs.
It's exactly like his dad.
Ready?
Your next phone might fold like a taco.
Ooh.
Will it roll like a burrito?
I like veggie tacos, so that's good. I guess.
Okay, Ellie,
All right.
relax again.
Looking at that salsa right there.
Yeah, there's salsa, chunky salsa.
All right, can we
Samsung
start
filed
over?
a patent.
Can we start over? That sounded really gross.
It's like I like my chunky
You said
salsa.
I like the chunky salsa. And you said I like veggie tacos. That made you sound like a big ass dyke.
Okay, let's start that all over then.
You said I like veggie tacos and chunky salsa. Nasty.
Lesbo land.